Sometimes it's hard to explain how you feel when your troubles are weighing you down. And it's hard to accept that the world has your back when you cry and there's no one around. But it's okay, girl, to take a day, girl, to regroup and to relax your mind. I know your pain, girl. Trust when I say, girl, that tomorrow is gonna be alright. Breathe just breathe. Nobody said it'd be easy. You're working hard to take care of your babies. And the way the world's set up, even when your man gives up, you got to keep it moving on. So it's okay, girl. So take a day, girl, to regroup and to relax your mind. I know your pain, girl. Trust when I say, girl, that tomorrow is gonna be alright. Just breathe. Just breathe. Just breathe. Then lay your troubles down. When you're tired of all the drama, makes me wanna holler, yeah. I know you're tired of stressing with the world on your shoulders. Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. I know you're tired of stressing. I know, yeah. Breathe in, breathe out, let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go.
Microphone check. 1 2 1 2. What up, family? It's your girl, JustPatrice. TomorrowRadio.com is officially in the building. Want to thank you for logging on and hanging out with me. Why? Welcome to motherfucking Monday. Welcome to Monday, y'all. Hanging out today with my sister friend. Hanging out. She off jump in the building. She's like, look at her skin just shining and glossing, all chocolatey like.
I don't think you just said chocolate.
Indeed, we are definitely in the building. I want to make sure we got all our audio together. Everything sounding good. Hello, Sean. How you doing? Good to see you. This Sean, not this Sean. This Sean. I know you like who Sean.
Are we invoking another?
No, ma'am. I'm not ready. I'm not ready. But nonetheless, it is Monday. You are tuned in to blowradio.com. I want to make sure that we're crossing our T's, dotting our I's, and making sure that you know that where you are, because 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, where else would you want to be? Anywhere you could be, but you're choosing to hang with us, and we appreciate you for that. If you are watching the show, you're probably live on social media, which is Facebook, one of the Facebook groups, my personal page, Live with JustPatrice, blowradio.com page. You also could be on YouTube on my I Am JustPatrice YouTube channel, which is coming along. So that's really smooth. But of course, if you are listening, you got to be tuned in to blowradio.com, because where else can you get blowradio.com? I'm just all over the place, because that's what we do. Additionally, I want to thank y'all for hanging out. Thank y'all for sharing the video. So I'm going to encourage y'all to go ahead and do that, because as strong as our listenership is always on deck, we appreciate that. We also want to make sure that we get our views up, get our views up, get our views all the way up. So make sure you tag your peoples, chime in peoples, and then comment, because I want to be able to make sure that I am showing you all the love and welcoming you, greeting you appropriately. Like my girl Chantel Taylor jumped right on in here. I want to make sure that I'm showing her the love as well that she got coming. Lucretia, hey girl. She said, hey Patrice, hey Free.
Hey, honey.
How you doing, darling? Make sure that y'all shout us out just like that, and then we can shout y'all out. We want to have y'all join in the conversation always. That is the plan, to have you jump in on the conversation, because I want to hear y'all voice, because why not, right? 414-885-4739 is the number to call. That's area code 414-885-4739. You can call, you can chop it up with us. You can inbox, you can type the message in, and we'll all be on the same page. So we're gonna get all the house business out the way. Okay. We know that this weekend was the 15th day after Juneteenth. That's what I was told anyway. Or you understand what I'm saying? The 4th of July, I've seen. Listen, that was a good one. I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? The Independence Day of the United States of America, at one version said, it was the 4th of July, which is celebrated across the world, apparently. How that's even a thing.
Because of toxic American culture.
But nonetheless, it's happening and it's being celebrated around. And I would like to know what you guys did, if anything, to celebrate the holidays. If you know me, you know I'm not a big holiday person. So it's not personal. I'm just not a big holiday person. None of the holidays. So I'm the girl that you don't have to necessarily do Valentine's Day for, but you should probably be doing Valentine's Day type shit year round. But that's don't let me fret nobody's life. Okay. So I would like to know what you guys did. If you hung out with family, if it's not about the celebration of the root of the holiday, then what did you do? I know it was blocks and blocks of people with fireworks. Blocks and blocks. Like y'all, some people, I thought that by ordinance of the city of Milwaukee that fireworks were illegal. That's what I thought all this time. I'm gonna have to actually look up the ordinance. But people blocking off the sections of street blocked off parties so they can do fireworks. Do you know anything about this? Does this happen in your neighborhood?
It 100% happens in my neighborhood. And they also do a special little thing over the state fairgrounds too. So you know that I too am not a holiday celebrator. So I didn't have any of the catchy things other than it's just another day, because I didn't want to offend anybody that had on like stars and stripes and socks and hats and things that made me scowl at them as they walked
The
by.
red, white, and blue hair. The red, white, and blue hair.
Ridiculous. People wearing tutus and everything. It was like, this is so disgusting. But I kept that to myself.
Until just now.
Until just now. She did ask. It's only fair.
She said free your audio as well. Let me fix that. Try to adjust that. Is your mic on?
Yeah. It's on. Can you hear me? Can everybody hear me?
Free be sounding low. Hello. Because Free be whispering.
Hello. Do I need to put some bass in my voice?
Yeah. How's that?
That is a little too loud even for me.
You're good, Mom.
I'm like, you want me to put some bass? Then everybody gonna think I'm yelling at them.
You're not yelling, Free. Okay, you sound good.
Okay. So yes, people were ridiculous in the third ward. And I was really surprised at how many people were actually out in the third ward, because in spite of everything being closed, it was breezy, it was nice, it was a really cool ambiance and environment. And we chilled down there for hours. And then I went home and I finished American Gods like you told me to.
How did you enjoy it? You didn't?
I liked it better. Are we gonna give spoilers?
Fuck them spoilers. Okay. The series has been over for weeks.
That's true. Okay, so at the end of season 2, I kind of knew like, oh, this has got to be his son. This has got to be his daddy.
Okay.
And then
I missed that. Did you know that? I totally missed that.
What?
I did. But I figured it out after. I was like, oh, he about to fuck you up.
And
Okay.
then before I knew all of the nudity and graphic detail took place,
Mm.
Lali was watching it.
Mhm.
And so Lali watched one episode and she hadn't watched any more. But when I was talking to Gregory about it, she was like, well, you remember when Mad Sweeney, like she already knew who it was. I'm like, are you watching this without telling me? Well, she was like, you already know when Mad Sweeney said Shadow, when he said, this is Shadow.
Mhm.
And he was like, Shadow. And I was like, Mad Sweeney knew the entire time. And then he
Exactly.
whispered that I have something to tell you. That really hurt me. That really hurt me that Mad Sweeney had to die.
You,
It
I'm
really
like,
hurt me.
how come? Why did he not? She said, Lucretia said that's better. Okay, cool. I feel like
He didn't
that
have
he
to die.
even, but there, if with the coming season, supposedly there was supposed to be. I know they cut it, but I've heard some talk. Okay, my whole point was he was supposed to have. If the part of him coming back was, and then he wasn't supposed to be permanently dead.
Right.
So
Especially
they would,
because this girl carrying his corpse on her shoulders and storing him down in Louisiana.
something is wrong with her.
Clearly.
Something is
Like you saw
Have you-
when
you- so
she,
you-
she
wait,
put
wait,
him in the
you-
crib, she pat his head, she kind of rubbed his face, and then your dumb ass couldn't even you supposed to lean over him and put the coin in his mouth or something.
to make sure
You
he got
gonna
it.
make sure he's
He never got it.
It fell and rolled away.
He
And
never
then
got it.
Salim, old punk butt, brought her back to life. Like she was dust. She was dust. She was gone. Like the only happiness that I had was that she died too.
Are you
And
serious?
I hate Laura Moon. I
Why
hate her.
did you hate her so
She's
much?
flat,
She was awful.
and she's terrible.
She was.
And she was a shitty
She
person.
was just a not good
She was-
person.
Right. She was a shitty person in public. She was a shitty person in private. She was a shitty person in purgatory.
But she was
a
just
shitty person.
her.
all
But it was
around.
her. She was consistently.
Shitty.
She was consistent.
But it was like she was an amazing actress because she made me absolutely abhor her.
Yeah. She was pretty bad. I was like, you suck so bad.
Like every day.
For
every
everything,
episode.
though.
And the
Everything.
fucking flies. The flies, man. Why with the flies? And then the fly spray.
She
and
was rotting.
She was rotting. And because she was rotten. You had a shitty obituary because you had a shitty life. You were a shitty person, Laura. That's what her best friend told her. Because you were shitty, right?
Right. Like, but that was messed up what she did.
Yes,
That was messed up.
It was.
Like,
And I did love the part though where they were on the graves together, and he told her that he made the mistake of killing Mad Sweeney, and she was like, "I'm gonna kill Wednesday. Are you gonna stand in the way?" And he was like, "It's a free country." I'm like, "Damn, you gonna let her kill your daddy? Okay." And then she killed his daddy, and he was like, "Fuck, dude."
he was mad at
Fuck
he
dude.
was mad at him from day one, though.
Yes, he hated him from the moment.
From the moment he
him.
met him, there's nothing about him. He was
Right.
like,
I was
No.
kind of hoping that there would be now at the very last episode. I'm hoping that the powers are for good and not evil, because the way that it ended.
so you
with
haven't
him
finished yet?
absorbing. Yeah, I finished. it.
Okay. That's
With
what
him in the tree.
and him blessing
and-
himself into the tree,
Yes,
right?
blessing himself, sacrificing for his father, and his father's like, "I'm gonna be more powerful than ever. This is better than." I'm like, I don't think that's gonna be what you think it is.
I
Though.
don't think it's gonna be what you think it is.
But I just hope that Shadow comes back for good as the protagonist instead of the antagonist.
If he come back, because they disputing it.
But they also said they weren't renewing. They
Yeah.
canceled.
I hated that. That's why I don't like when I be watching shows. I don't want to watch them through the week, like this Loki series.
Oh, I saw that every week.
I'm irritated that I gotta watch week to week. So I'm gonna just wait.
Gone and broke it down for us.
I'm gonna just wait.
It could have gone. I'm only in the second. I've only watched the second episode, but I
Oh.
know that there's 3 and 4.
It is
now,
3
right?
now.
Oh, it's 3.
It's
now.
3. It come out
So
on
what they make us
Wednesdays.
wait? Once
It's
a month.
once a week.
But I feel
on
like
Wednesdays.
I just watched it like last week. But it's like an
Trust
hour
me.
long.
Yeah, but
so
so
maybe
it's
that's why
not
it
enough.
seems- Yeah, it's not.
It's not enough.
It's not. Do
Can
you
you
know that they
sit-
have Fear Street on Netflix
And
now?
I did
It's
not.
a movie. It's Fear Street. Y'all may not know this about me, but I was an R.L. Stein fanatic, and I read every Goosebump and every Fear Street book there was. And I was so excited to share that experience with my children, and my children were like, that is scary, Mom. Are you serious? And I'm like, but you guys watched Goosebumps? You watched Are You Afraid of the Dark? Y'all know these that haunted our child slash teenage a little bit if I heard the music years. Like, maybe I should go in my room and close the door. I don't want to hear Goosebumps on the TV.
I'm gonna tell you now. So look at that.
Hey.
Hey, Lucretia, how you doing? She said it's
Oh.
better. Is that Truman? Hey, Truman.
Yeah, he said it's on episode 4.
Oh, it's on episode 4. My
All
bad. Okay, Lucky, my bad.
See, I was right.
It's on Wednesday. I've seen them.
like,
I
feel
thought it was
like
on
it's been
3.
like 2 whole months
But I've seen
before
them.
the episode.
It's week to week, every Wednesday. That I know for
Well,
sure.
I've only watched 2.
We'll catch up. Then we can talk about it.
You told me I had to finish American Gods
Okay,
first.
because you got 2 hours to spare, fam.
Okay.
Watch it. Watch it.
Okay, you're right. I will.
Yes, and then we
I'll
can
be
talk
able
about
to
it some
report
more.
back. Yeah.
Thank you. Look, then we can talk some more.
Right.
Be like, ooh,
We can geek
who
out
can
in
I
front of
talk-
everybody.
like, who can I talk to about these things? Who started watching the Harry Potter series again? I'm on number 4.
Oh, yes.
Like, yes.
Do you remember? I would disappear for weekends at a time just to
Yes.
read the Harry Potter books. I remember Stephanie bought me the last installment, and it was the sweetest, most endearing thing because I was off that weekend, and she waited in line for me to get that book, and she just wrote "escape" period in the inscription in the front. I was on the toilet reading that book. I was cooking reading that book. I stayed in the bed and I read
Nice.
the book. Oh, it was so many pages, but it went too fast.
See, look at you, totally geeking out right now. Like, yes,
Black Nerds Unite.
yes. I just think this is why I watch TV. Now I know a lot of people watch TV because they want to watch the news. I almost never watch the news.
Ever.
When I have to grab certain things, information, I take bits of the information is available. I scan the articles because it's too much happening, and being an empath, you take all of that energy in. I don't want any of that. I don't watch let me rephrase this. I don't make it a habit to watch like documentaries, real live movies type stuff, whatever. I'll do history research on certain people and things like that.
Biopics.
Even those, because it's real.
Yeah, they break your heart.
They just break my heart. I would really much just rather watch, I don't know, Harry Potter. I don't know, The Hobbit, or all of Marvel. You could all of DC, because there's a space of fantasy that disconnects you
But there's still
from
sadness there too.
but it's real sadness, but it's a fake sadness.
I know.
You know what I'm saying? Even when you connect with the characters, I can connect and disconnect with those characters. It's hard to disconnect with Kevin, who lives down the street. You understand what I'm saying?
I still haven't gotten over Mufasa's death though.
See?
And that's real.
That's real for you. Your heart is
It's
still
really
aching
real.
about that. We talking about Mufasa right now, fam. No more Lion Kings for you.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Hello, Facebook user. Beautiful, beautiful lady. So beautiful. You laugh. Love, sisterhood, and friendship. Bring me joy. Black girl magic in the flesh. Have an amazing day. And congratulations on all your accomplishments. Thank you, Facebook
Thank you,
user.
Facebook user.
I'm so sorry that I don't
sweet.
know who you are, Facebook user. I would love to know who you are so we can acknowledge you. And if you just say hi, that would be great.
If she says Facebook user,
Why? 'Cause
one
that's what it
more
says.
Time. See, Truman
Same.
agrees.
Mufasa feel
That is
real.
a terrible
I still have to
way.
turn my head.
Yes. Yes.
No more Lion
I'm the
King for you
same.
either, Truman.
I'm the same, Truman. I'm like, I can't.
Get out of here, Truman.
My eyes, I start welling up, and I'm like, I can't do this. I can't. And my kids are laughing at me, and I'm like, I just can't watch it. Okay, can we just fast forward? No, Mom. Why can't we just fast forward? Y'all know that he dies. Do we have to see it every time?
Yes, do you see her? Let me just put a hand on it. He said, "Hello, it was me. Hello, Facebook user. We still can't see that. I'm
Oh,
sorry,
she said Facebook.
but that's what it says. What would you like me to say?
While she appreciates your privacy and inability to maybe perhaps put your name down there, she really
Just type your
wants
name.
to
I
know
want to
that
be
it's
able to
you,
know
Facebook
whoever
user.
you are, Facebook user.
And every time she says it, I want you to know that that's what she thinks. Hello, it was me, Facebook user. Get your life together.
I'm trying. I'm trying right now. It's not going well. Today's show is brought to you by JPA Elevated and Chef C Dub.
Yes, Kevin.
That's all I'm gonna say. Truman said,
What did he say?
I'm a whole man, and that traumatized me. I would still rather watch MCU than reality. That's all I'm talking. That's every time though.
But
every time.
that is reality, though.
Shut up. He said Facebook user is Professor Burner count.
Right.
I'm done.
They heard it. Somebody call me.
I'm so
I
done.
came to troll you.
I'm so done right now.
I love it.
I love it. Yes. Unbelievable. I'm dying right now, just in a whole other way.
I say that to say I fully support. I fully support your inability. I encourage you to try because some of it is really informative. But
I'm trying, but I can't. It's too collective.
So you haven't watched any of the Whitneys?
Who?
Whitney Houston.
I will
biopics.
not. I will not. I'm not.
New Edition. You haven't watched New Edition?
I seen pieces of it. Some of it is real sad. It is. This whole disconnect. Watching Bobby crumble like that. I really.
Have you watched Bob?
Girl, do not.
The Bobby series is really just sort of like a dedication to him and Whitney's relationship, but it's terrible. It is not terrible. Like it's a really good biopic series, but it's just really sad. Like, damn, Bobby, I want to hug you because.
Here's my this. I know this is gonna sound so crazy, and I'm about to lose some listeners. Listen, let me tell you, my heart aches for Bobby.
Mm-hmm.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, genuinely. Like, yes. First of all, he got accused of being the reason why Mrs. Houston, Miss Houston, was doing some of her behaviors, and he met her like that. You understand?
Well, as the biopic suggests, she kind of got him into it.
Listen, I wasn't going to say that.
What was her best friend's name? Dawn? No, her name wasn't Dawn. I'm doing her.
You just gave somebody
What's
a name. I don't know the people's name.
Here,
you gave somebody a name.
Who's the best friend name?
I don't even know, fam. Look it up.
Hey Siri, what was Whitney Houston's best friend's name?
This bitch was advice here on the show.
Crawford who? I don't want to know her last name. I want to know her first name.
Mm-hmm. Look at that. About to touch it. Robin.
What's her name?
Robin.
Ooh, Dawn? Robin?
Mm.
That was ugly. Sorry, guys. I'm usually better than this. No, but they said her and Robin used to do drugs together.
Well, yeah.
And then Robin wanted to give it up.
And all I'm saying is that I don't, I may or may not have heard of some stories of Whitney traveling to the Midwest area frequently, specifically thereabouts, not far from where we would be able to travel ourselves, to acquire types of non-medicinal paraphernalia. And pre Bobby Brown. So I was like, who says these things? This
she
is all
was a model first. Not that there's any assumption.
Let me just drink my coffee. I know tea, but I'm gonna drink this coffee. Free. That what?
A stereotype that surrounds that when models are trying to remain thin and stay thin, they do cocaine and lay crack and all of those other things that so that they can stay thin. I don't know. There's little room for desire when it comes to teeth if you're doing all them drugs, but yeah.
Just no. Just you don't get no shit about nothing. My electric equipment.
Too far.
Well, bad.
But I'm saying if the stereotype fits, then she was probably
All I'm
using
saying
drugs
is that
from
it ain't
mama.
fair for people to automatically assume that because he was, non-passive in many areas of his life, that it would be him to convince her that, sometimes you could Adam and Eve.
And has anyone ever heard of creating a reality? Because that may not be who he is in real life, rather than
The one that we
the
made of him.
celebrity that
It could.
we created.
Listen, look at Adam and Eve. She showed up with the apple like, fam, let's do it. He was like,
well, you already
we
know
shouldn't.
how I feel about that.
He said, we shouldn't. And she was like, yes, we are. And then he said,
because we strong armed you into it.
yes, we are. He said, okay. She said, if you don't eat this apple, then we're not going to be together. And he said, oh, okay. I'm going to eat the apple.
You already know how I feel about that. I'm not doing it.
We're talking about the story and the reference,
I
Francis.
will not.
Just saying, okay.
I will not.
So, I've been saying
Adam and Eve. I simply will not.
Okay.
Can't believe you. You about to put me on a whole tirade, and then your mama gonna put me up this house. So you might want to not.
And then what happened?
Your mama gonna be like, Francis Freebird Morgan.
Yes, indeed. Right now, Lucretia said, "I feel you, Freebird." Mufasa dying is his name.
Exactly.
What is wrong with you?
When James died in Good Times.
Damn.
There you go, Lucretia. That's exactly. It's the equivalent.
Is it?
It's the same feels as when Dwayne ran after Whitney when she was about to say "I do" to Byron.
That's the same.
It's the same. It's the same. Like
these are the same.
Now that I can watch over and over again, because it's like it takes your heart every single time. Like, and then you just instantaneously start crying. Like, this is really happening. This is happening.
It's happening.
But it's also toxic than a fool.
Than a fool.
It's toxic than a fool. Like the ups and downs.
Like you
of
let
that
her get to this.
relationship.
You let her get to the altar with this
Just
dude.
to act a whole fool. Like you would throw her away when you didn't need her no more, and then when you wanted her, she still uprooted her entire life. Whew.
You know where my mind went immediately.
Ma'am.
I was like,
damn, Dwayne, you was kind of a bad guy.
Kinda. Sometimes it takes people longer to realize the goodness of the blessings of the Lord.
He should have stayed with Kukali. Remember, she called her everything but her damn name. Kukaliki,
whatever her name is. She gave no care about what her name was.
And they probably would have destroyed the world together because she had too much of a temper too. She was way too strong for Dwayne, I think. Kukaliki was.
Key
knew she was too
Key
strong.
knew. That girl.
Kiki Lala. She called Kiki Lala one time too.
Was a Christian said, "Love me some Nippy," but did y'all see being Bobby Brown?
No.
I've not seen any of those. I'm telling y'all, I couldn't watch the Keith Sweat Bobby Brown versus. First of all, I was highly pissed off that was even happening. But that's just me and my own stuff, okay? It's me and myself. I was mad. And then I was like, how do you compare Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat? You can't. But that's a whole nother story. And then when I started seeing the memes and the little clips of the videos,
and the singing to what was he singing to? The liquor?
Liquor.
He was thanking the gods for the liquor?
For the Ciroc. It's the Ciroc for me. Is that what?
That's what we at now.
That what we doing?
Mm-hmm.
And y'all allowed.
Sweat done became a crawly ass old man.
With the dancing and all.
But did you see the suit that he had on? Did you have to wear the reverse triangular shoulders that you used to?
Okay, but Bobby Brown though.
I didn't even see
why he looked like somebody uncle that still hang out at the courts and then he about to hoop you down. He did. He had on his leather jacket, his high top tennis shoes. He looked like somebody.
Was it too little leather jacket?
It wasn't too little. Bobby can't do too little no more. He can't do too little no more. But he kept busting out them dance moves, and I wanted him to stop.
Did he breathe?
I don't. This is my
No,
problem.
because he does not look like he's taking care of himself. That's
He
why I
had
asked,
been,
can he breathe?
but he had been, and then he wasn't. Like right when they got ready to do the tour, they was talking about that. So he had to step up his health game.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, okay, well, he must have if he was dancing. Okay, well, I
You
didn't
had to see the
either.
dance moves. He was
Were they
dancing.
horrible?
He was doing Bobby Brown like like okay. He can't do all of that.
Oh,
ma'am.
did he have dancers behind him?
I didn't see no
'Cause
dancers.
he was always good for a 3-piece.
He was doing his own dances though, but all this little
mm.
robot moves and stuff. And
he did robot moves. Oh, I gotta watch.
You
this.
gotta watch some. I was like,
gotta watch it.
But-
Nope.
Bobby, please. Then
I gotta look up the meme.
You gotta look him up. Look him up.
Like,
Let's
I
look
gotta
him up.
see what he
I
had
was
on.
like, Bobby, please. Keith, Uncle Keith, please. Some y'all just
They
gonna
were
let Uncle Keith
terrible.
and Bobby do this in
They were
public.
terrible.
Y'all gonna embarrass Uncle Keith and Uncle Bobby like this?
And
Why?
thank you for saying the second thing that you said, because I'm the same way. There are some battles that have taken place where I feel like don't even categorize in the same.
Who does this?
Right? Like
Who-
Bobby Brown and Keith Sweat are two different ends
No,
of
sir,
a,
no,
of a very
ma'am.
colorful spectrum.
No, sir,
and
no,
I
ma'am.
wouldn't put those two together.
How did they come up with that?
I don't know. And I'm
Riding the
and I'm
wrong
gonna-
way,
Yeah.
Tenderoni.
Mm-mm.
Who does this?
No, that's not.
I don't know.
That's too hard of a
I don't
choice
know.
to make. Honestly.
I don't know who did. I don't know. Some of the stuff
Just
Okay,
like they
so-
did. Who did they do that did it pair up?
was that Omarion and Bow Wow.
No, I think.
Didn't they do?
No,
they
Omarion
did
is
them
a
together
little-
though.
Omarion might have Bow Wow by like 3 songs.
But okay, but why is that Omarion don't rap? First of all, not
But
even
it was
kind
that
of.
pop.
It was
kinda
that pop rap
bubblegummy.
bubble. Is that was we that
Let's
we
all
doing?
turn and kick up high levels of water to make it look like
So they were
dancing
handsome.
in the
That was
rain.
good though.
It
That
was
was good. It was good, and they fine. Did you see him and his brothers?
No,
They fine. They mom and them got the assignment right.
no. I just all
Listen.
of '99 to 2010 was just rain videos and people
because that people
spinning
that was just
and,
the new effect. G.
like. But why? I mean, rain is my favorite weather. No one truly understands how lovely rain is.
They were
don't
showing the
truly-
power of the water
No,
and the energy that you push into
no,
water.
they
You
were talking
splash
about
it like this.
sadness.
Damn.
And rain is not always about sadness.
No, it was hiding their tears and washing them clean of the love that they was having for all the mistakes that they had made.
Look up any history of any
Come
rain
on.
song. Rain is either going to be about having an orgasm or something sad. Trust me on this.
The
one.
tears was hiding their
Tears dry
pains.
on their own. I want to go outside in the rain. Can you stand the rain? Rain down on me.
Those not bad things, Francis.
Yep. Come
No.
on me. And then watch me cry.
What?
I said it.
Wait.
That's what it said.
Hello. Is anybody here? Hello.
Y'all
Anybody?
didn't really hear that part, right?
I heard it. Hello. Make sure this is recording. I would like to make sure that I can bag up to this moment. What time is it?
Oh,
3:30.
no.
I need to be able to come. Let me look at the time on the. Okay, I see where we are now. Praise to God that I will be able to remember to go back to that particular time in this. Yes, sir. I said it's too late. It's too late. It's happening now.
Just remember.
Oh, did you?
Okay, well, I was in the moment. I forgot we were there.
on me. Oh, baby,
Won't you take this pain from me?
Pain from
Come on, any of y'all, give me a rain
Listen,
song that I know.
Pain is. I mean, the rain is washing away. That's the most beautiful thing. No,
Because that could be about someone orgasming on her.
it's not. That's not what she was saying.
You
She
never
was
know.
sad. You see the video? She
Mhm.
was heartbroken.
Mhm. But
The boys to men was on bended knee. They was asking for forgiveness.
that was on bending knee. That didn't have nothing to do with rain.
It was. Truman said, "Make it rain."
And what do you think that is, Truman? Just because
It's money.
it's money on what other association?
It's money.
It's sex
Is it?
and it is pain. That's what rain is associated with.
Well, what? Okay, what
Sex,
should it be
the
associated with?
illusion you make it in rain, that's loss as well as sex. You losing money.
Loss? Why did you tie it into loss as opposed to it being a refreshing?
Because that's the
cleansing
loss
version?
of your money.
Well,
I was
just saying, look, when
the
you,
hell?
when
Like,
you wash yourself,
your money.
you gotta baptize yourself in it. It's cover
You
you
gotta
all
baptize
in it.
yourself in money. Okay, that's still another terrible reference.
How is
I
it?
am there.
How?
Tree.
How? I'm here
I
with
am
you. Let's
there.
go.
Like, come on,
You're like, come here. Let's go. Come on. All I'm saying is that when I'm washed with rain, I was gonna say wet. I had to be mindful. When I'm washed with rain or rain is on me, then I feel like I'm being cleansed. Or like, you know what I'm saying? It's wiping away, rinsing away stuff.
Do you feel happiness as it's pouring down upon you?
It depends on when I'm being poured upon.
I am a child. I need to get my life together. Whew. I am a 17-year-old boy right now.
That's happening right now. Yes. Okay. I'm just saying. So sometimes you being, I think it's a beautiful thing. The only time I don't like the rain, you know, I don't like thunderstorms. Not that I don't like it. I have
Those are the
fears of
best.
thunderstorms.
The more violent, the better. Now, damn it, I was talking about thunderstorms. I'm gonna need you to come back and join me on here on this side of the fence. Cause damn it, I didn't start something. Seriously.
Okay. Whoo, yes, today
Lightning.
is that day. Lightning.
There's
Yeah, I know.
that's
You
the
said, I
safe
got
word,
you.
lightning.
It's like,
Mhm.
but you said, okay. So I'm uncomfortable with the sounds.
Okay, so the lightning you're okay with.
Well, the lightning is the sound.
It kind of cracks. It's thunder that rolls.
Well, it's the sound of the thunder is the sound of the lightning that's traveled to where you are.
See, and I hear the electric current of the thunder.
When it's happening,
Yeah.
it's an
I
initial,
love that crack.
but the crack of it is the sound of the thunder.
And the result of it is the thunder.
Is yes.
Huh.
Yes.
I learned something new today. I thought they were two different things because it was two different sounds.
See what I'm saying? It's after it traveled. This is what it is. Because once it gets to you,
though, especially when it's a deep silence and you just hear boom, and it make you sit straight up in your bed. I love that. I love that. And I'm up for however long the storm will last then because I'm outside on my rocking chair on the front porch sitting
calling to
rain,
the thunder.
Calling to the thunder. Crying with happiness.
But it ain't hiding your tears. No, Lucretia said, "Free, you need a 5-minute timeout." Clearly, it's not me. Thank you for somebody that noticed that it's not me. This time, it's not me. Oh, who's excited that this time it's not her? It's me. Because it's always me, and today it's not. Let me do my dance. Yes. How you feeling over there? Mm-hmm. Rain on
Okay,
me.
so it may have not been. See, she's aggravating me.
That's what sisters do, right? That's what sisters do.
She gonna wait till I get out of trouble to put me back in trouble. Yes. Who does that? Sisters. Right, exactly.
Yes.
Ooh.
So let's back to this TV series that we talked about. I think it's great. Did you watch Game of Thrones?
Of course.
Did you enjoy it?
Yes and no.
Okay, what didn't you?
No, because I tried. I'm very good at masking. Excuse me. You know the type of thoughts that you have when you're watching something. You have to separate between fiction and nonfiction.
Yeah.
So, I get really upset at certain moments that really kind of remind me of the civilization that we're in now.
Okay.
And the foreshadowings and the clarity and just the disgust that accompanies seeing scenes like that depicted where, you know, people with the calcified third eye wouldn't otherwise see that this is what's happening to our people.
For sure.
And this is like a complete indication, but dressed in different clothing of what goes down. This is what real
Exactly.
life is, right?
Exactly.
So that was my only issue with it, but I enjoyed it because the artist and creative in me. I'm fascinated by the way that another's mind can make these words come to life, but appreciative because even in my disgust, it's like someone was able to depict it in such a clear way
Right.
to where it's undeniable, if that makes sense.
It totally to
Okay.
me.
Okay.
So I appreciated every bit of it. Like from the when I remember when they were advertising it, I kept saying I want to make sure that I watch that. Of course, 7 seasons later, I never watched it. Okay. It was crazy. I missed it completely until season 7, episode 1. And then I was like, I said I was gonna watch it. Let me see what this was about. Right, got me, because this is my stuff, right? And I'm like, we talking medieval, we talking dragons. What? Wait, what? Run it back. Season 2. Episode 2. I'm watching. Oh, I'm in.
Of 7. So you started at 7.
I started at season 7, episode 1. I watched episode 2. Then was like, I need to get caught up. I promise you, I watched episode 2. So from that evening until season 7, episode 4, I watched straight through. So it only took me 2 weeks to watch 7 seasons of Game of Thrones.
I applaud your binging ability.
Baby.
That is impressive.
Do you hear me? There was people like, I'm watching Game of Thrones. And I wouldn't talk to nobody. I wouldn't go nowhere. Nothing. I went to Vegas and they was like, we going.
No.
I'll be there in a minute. Mm-hmm. The casino's not going anywhere.
Exactly.
Right back to my series. And I watched however many hours I felt like watching. Then I got up and went to the casino. Listen, dedicated. And I missed a half of a day because I had to drive from Vegas to Milwaukee. So the time I was like, are we not gonna be able to watch it while I'm driving? Okay, I'm driving, so you can't watch it. No, pay attention. It was that happening. And then I caught up. Season 4, episode 4, I was able to watch with everybody else, and I watched it religiously right on through.
I did that religiously.
I really did not appreciate anything about season 8. That was my problem. It was too rushed. And I felt like that was completely unfair to all the people that have been watching. You know what I'm saying? All these years, and people have been waiting, and this is what you gave them.
Well, the one thing that I think they put a lot of focus in was the battle, which I feel like served me correctly. That battle scene, I think, is what they put the whole season around, because they knew after that epic-ass battle that there wasn't going to really be much left to give to the characters as well as their development throughout the whole series. You know what I mean?
I'm just saying, I wanted to see Sansa crazy ass on the next level. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see that. You know what I mean?
Well, we saw a little of that. She let the dogs eat. What's his name?
That was definitely coming. I already knew that. I was like, oh, she turned to this soft. I don't know nothing but about being married. All I want to do is be married and be a bride and be a queen. And to ruthlessness, the level of ruthlessness.
I wanted it to happen sooner though, because I was getting sick of her being
taken down like that. Because they was
especially with what's his name?
Littlefinger.
Was it Roy? What was his name?
Who are you talking about?
The little dirty one.
Oh,
the little dirty one that was over the iron.
Listen, he was
terrible. Emery, or
like the
Rory?
worst.
What was his name?
The worst.
Well, him? By the time I saw that, I was just disgusted at every time I had to watch her take more and more. I'm like, when are you going to take care of this?
She was about the chess game though. By the time she got finished with Littlefinger, that was his name, right?
Yeah, Littlefinger.
By the time she got finished with him,
every single time they said his name, like, why do they call this dude Littlefinger?
Maybe he got a Littlefinger.
Yep, and that's exactly what I thought every time they said his name.
Is that what you thought?
I was like, I want to see the finger.
I would like to see.
You got to show me. I want to see it.
I would like to
have a backstory on Littlefinger.
No, they not. But
they gave me a backstory on why she called him puppy in American Gods. I hated that shit. I did not like Laura Moon calling Shadow puppy.
Why? Tell me what about that you hated so much.
Man, man, listen. I did not like. Now, the views and opinions by the guests of the hosts are not a reflection of
Is that what you're
glowradio.com.
trying to do?
I just I want to paint a picture. You know that I go a little deeper into things sometimes.
Okay.
And maybe it just has something to do with the fact that I have strength and pride and I love my people and I love being a black woman, right?
Okay.
So without offending, I didn't like the way it looked that a white woman, a small white woman, was sort of figuratively
I knew that's what you were going to
walking
say.
a dog throughout the entire series because even though they weren't together, even though he hated her guts, she had cheated on him and used him and misused him, and he still felt like there was this need to protect her, and she took full advantage of it. And each time she said puppy, I felt like he was being spoken down
You know, she
on,
but she was
upon.
she was and she wasn't. Like she had no respect for him
Right.
from the jump though.
Mhm.
Like she had always been that way with him. Like no respect.
And with
You
his
said
backstory, with what his mother taught him, with who he knew that he was,
how it got
man, you can't be walking around letting nobody call you
puppy.
puppy.
Yeah, but that's he
You
loved her
can't-
dirty
you can't-
draws.
Yeah,
So
I didn't like that.
from that perspective, her name is Laura Moon though, which means she wasn't Caucasianoid.
I know.
You get what I'm saying? Even her features represented something different. So does that change the concept or the
No.
fact that I mean, because he didn't traditionally look like a black man either, but
He
that's what
didn't.
he identified with immediately. You understand what I'm saying? Not mixed, and apparently he would be mixed with this dude being his
He
dad.
is.
You understand what I'm
But
saying?
the hair in the last season too. Quick sidebar.
Wasn't it?
Terrible.
I was like, what?
I was like, you okay?
Y'all doing
whatever.
a lot.
But I didn't know. You know, they depicted so many different stories with the same characters, and I'm like, well, could Laura perhaps be something else? But I just didn't like her. I think it just added to the fact that I didn't like her. But I
Yeah,
liked her even less that she had this man following up, sniffing behind her, calling him puppy.
But that's what she called him, puppy.
Ugh.
He answered.
She's a damn good actress. I give her props
To
because she
make you
made
hate
me
her?
despise.
That's how I felt about Tupac for a long time.
I'm sorry.
I did.
I want to make sure that you just looked me in the face and said
Yeah.
what you said.
I just get so mad
Can
at
you
him.
say it again? Like, we're not talking about a movie. We're not talking
No.
about.
He was in the movie.
Yeah, but
And
we're
because what
talking
he
about
did.
a person.
That's what I felt.
Can you say that again for me?
So I said that's how I felt about Tupac.
Okay.
I said
I
that.
just wanted to make sure that I heard.
I
her.
did. I said that because I was disgusted
Tupac.
by him that he had done those terrible things in those movies. And like, why would he be that person so well? And
Because Tupac went to an art school.
I don't give a fuck.
And he was a really, really creative artist.
And he made me not like him.
Genius.
You made me not like him.
So you, okay.
For
all right.
years.
All right, that's fair. I can't say nothing because I just said I didn't like the depiction of a white woman carrying a black man through calling him puppy. So if I feel like
I believed him.
I feel like I'm more understandable than you
I believe
and
him.
Tupac, but you know, I could just be biased because I'm a fan. So simply because
I thought I was a fan until I seen him do those things.
I took your juice. You ain't got no juice no more.
Until I seen him do those things.
You ain't got no juice for the next 2 minutes.
I was devastated. He hurt my feelings. I hated that he was that. I was like, you was an awful ass nigga. And you played it so well. He meant every word of that too. He meant it. And because he meant that, I believed him. And that's why I didn't like him for it.
Could it have been perhaps that he understood the disparities, which helped him dedicate himself more to the role played?
Could also have been that
because
it's part of who he is.
Because
he's able to because maybe he was able to connect with that type of lifestyle because that's the type of whole ass he was.
People often become that which they fear. And if he wasn't really a thug, then maybe he just wanted to
he got a whole thug life across his chest on purpose. Nobody does that. Nobody.
He was not a thug.
Okay.
It was a depiction.
He wasn't a thug.
It was a depiction. He was an artist.
Tupac Shakur.
He was a motherfucking artist.
He
so you can't tell
was.
me
He was
anything different.
in addition to his artistry.
And he was the smallest one out there thugging. I know.
So Tupac wasn't a
still love
thug. I just want to say that.
I just made it clear that it was okay, and I was maybe just being a little biased. Dang.
I just wanted to make sure that I was on the same page.
I said it.
That's 2 times today. I win 2 times today. Look at me.
She's taking advantage of my love.
Is that right now? Hey y'all, Patrice, you missed it. Freebird came to the Thursday thing and showed out. Girl, she is such a legend. Your Tupac comments are blasphemy. Damn, a Negro can't even act. Denzel isn't a dirty cop. Yes, he is. What are you talking about?
Thank you.
Denzel is a dirty cop.
That means
and this a week Sam. That must be Spitfire.
I don't know.
Hello, Facebook user.
I don't know.
Please say who you are so we can make sure.
So cool. Thank
you went Thursday and you showed out. Where did you go Thursday?
I went to Rooftop Poetry.
Did you? How was it?
It is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It is amazing.
And then you showed out. That means you performed?
I did perform.
Nice.
I performed every time that I've went now. Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay then.
Mm-hmm. But
what poem did you do?
Facebook user. The first poem that I did was, ooh, now you messing with me.
Okay, well, I'm gonna get you a minute to think that, and why I say
it was about the fathers who raised warriors and not women piece. So it was talking about being a little smarter and not falling for the tricks of society, new society, toxic male society. And so it's like if you're looking for dainty and misguided or perhaps a little bit of gullible, like I can totally be the dainty part for you, but anything else is a sacrifice, and I'm just into compromise. So I went in and I felt real bad because everybody was on some conscious stuff, and I was like, y'all gotta excuse me because I'm about to be on some bullshit.
You was crazy.
And they liked it. They really liked it.
It's Mario. He said, how do I give this thing permission to use my name? It's me, Mario. Well, we'll start there. At least now I know that it's you. I don't know. You can always just go to my page instead of being in a group.
It was actually Mario that chose that piece for me that week too.
See,
Mario was like, "No, you got to do this one. Do this one."
Nice. It's me, Mario.
But
hey.
Yes, shameless plug, Rooftop Poetry with Anchor. She does an amazing job. She looks so good and she has such great energy.
Nice.
And she's funny and charismatic and just engaging with the audience. Like she was already unfreaking believably talented, but when she's in front, like it's really, you watch with like wide eyes, just impressed with her entire presence and ability to work the room and do the things that she does. And then of course Anchor, she got to sneak in something pretty amazing too but she does. I would like to see her perform more, but she does give a little intro in the beginning. But they're very good about making sure that everyone is welcome. They're very good. I can't say that it's akin to any experience that we've had because it's completely different times and space, but I really feel like with the Rooftop Poetry that it's a really great time and space for people that are writing.
Is it every Thursday?
It's every Thursday.
So
it begins at 7.
I'll go
7 to 9. Yes,
how about that?
You better.
7 to 9. How about that?
And I show up early because I like that front couch. And
okay, it's a couch.
Taking it. Oh yeah, it's a couch environment, couch and chair.
Nice.
And
this is on Thursdays.
This is Thursday, 1037 West McKinley.
Okay,
I believe is where they have it. 1037 West McKinley.
It's
at No Studios.
And upstairs in No Studio.
Upstairs.
Okay.
4th floor, I think.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Shameless plug. Love you, Anchor.
I'll have to go. I thought about going, but I got social anxieties.
No.
I'm trying to get
I'm
my
telling
little
you, I
life
get
together.
there early. We have a couch this size.
Nice. Okay.
And it's like soft and plush, and you can sit back and curl up.
Really? I like it.
We got 2 little tables. I'm telling you, I go and I stake my claim every week.
Nice. Hey, Gwen, how you doing? Glad to have you slide through. What's good, Mama?
Sis.
Yes, indeed. You look so comfortable.
Do I?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, That's a good thing. I
Yes,
am pretty
indeed.
comfortable
Good, good, good. So, are you a planner free?
in some ways.
Like, if you do you like plan like this is my life in 5 years?
Absolutely not.
I'm just,
Absolutely not. I do not. I'm not that type of planner. I'm like, this is my life for today. This is what may happen in a couple months, and this is my intention. But nope, never. This is my life plan because I know that life changes, but I also know that I change with life. So
Okay.
I don't have one of those. That's why it's so rough for me to have conversations like that with professional, like in human service or administrative tasks,
Okay.
things like that, non-artist.
Because
I'm
you don't.
like, I can't tell you that I'm going to be here in 5 years, and I don't want to promise it to you either because I might want to do something else tomorrow. And if I have the means and the will, I'm going to do it. I will stay dedicated, but I also know how to end things appropriately now.
You don't say. Said the reason I'm asking that since I was having a conversation. People always think you have to prepare for your future, and I'm like, when we did that when we were younger, and now that I'm living in these times in my life, now that I'm living in this space, I feel like I'm okay with not knowing what 5 years from now is gonna look like because this now is like so much more important. You know what I mean? Like today and this connection, like this is what's important to me. You know what I
Agreed.
mean? Am I being successful in this space?
Agreed.
You know what I mean? It is am I allowing life to be what it meant to, you know what I'm saying? In this moment, am I allowing that? If I'm not, then I really don't want that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be anywhere in any space at no time that I feel like I'm being hurried, that I feel like I gotta hurry up and get to the next phase, or that like that's making me feel like I'm missing something else.
Y'all, I've known this woman for 17 years. This is really true because she was definitely that person 18 years ago. She was, I remember there's this one phrase that we use against her, but it is so Patrice. She told someone that she was entirely too efficient for something like one of those missteps. We don't even remember what she was entirely too efficient, but when she serves in those roles, she serves to the highest capacity. So just if you have her attention, know that it's a dedication and that if she's invested in you, that she is definitely one of those that's going to see you through. But she needed to relax and she needed to start saying no and she needed to stop giving so much away and that she would busy herself with things to distract her. And now she's in a space where that shit's true, y'all. Like she's like no, and you kind of look at her and she's still got this no. I said no. Face ain't moved.
No.
I mean it. Like I mean no. And she's living in the moment when she tells me about certain things. It makes me very happy because she's definitely existing in the moment. And she's just seeing how things play out. Now, sometimes she peeks in and she's like, but wait, I want to. Nope, you got to let it go. You got to
Yes.
let it go. And you have to stay here. You can't look that way. We haven't gotten there yet. But she's getting so good.
But I'm getting
I just had to love on her real quick.
Right, I thank you for that because that's huge. Like you know what I'm saying, knowing what's next or planning. I was taught that. You know what I'm saying. So you gotta 2 steps ahead. But sometimes preparing for 2 steps ahead is securing your now.
Right.
And I got that now. Like I really got that. Like, well, what you gonna do? I'm gonna have to get back to you on that.
I'm working.
I'm
on
working.
This.
I'm working on that.
I'm
working.
working
I'm
on
working. I'll be
this.
with you in a
Yes.
minute. Yeah, no.
Yes.
Because the level of stress that we cause ourselves, and I'm telling you, this whole wellness thing has given me permission. Has allowed me to give myself permission to be just in a space of what I always knew and to justify it for myself, like literally for self-justification. Like I don't like it. And I don't have to do that. Well, yeah, you have to make sure. No, I don't. I think gonna have to do. I have to be black because I can't change my complexion. Change it. This is who I am, and I'm gonna die. Everything else in between there, I might not like the consequences of it, but I really don't got to. You know what I mean? So coming into that space and just enjoying these now moments is so magical for me. So planning, yeah, I think about some other stuff, put some things in the air, in the universe, put out there, and then when I get to it, I come along up to the day support, so that I'm prepared either way it goes. But I don't consume myself with the necessity of having to have all the T's and all the I's. Listen, did you miss the I? Give me some in the paint. You know what I'm saying? Just because
just take care of this.
let me just real quick and be done, and then go on about their day. The anxiety, the stress, like my whole body, mentally, emotionally, physically, don't give no hell about next 6 months.
I agree. I mean, I have life insurance, so
Yeah,
I'm very
absolutely.
responsible that way.
Right, because
I knew that much to plan it.
prepare for assisting someone else to be prepared, assisting, because you just never you get preparation in those manners is sensible. You understand what I'm saying? We're talking about making stuff, but being consumed by the idea of having to control every aspect of this next step, whatever the next step is going to be.
It's
not.
in the plan though, but that's the problem with being human, because it's in the plan. We're gonna plan by nature because it's what we anticipate,
Mhm.
it's what we imagine, it's what we intend. But when we are disappointed, that's because we had way too much attachment to that, because it was way too much commitment to that, and that's why I started studying things a little bit differently. Like, for one, attachment is the suffering. It's the root of all suffering. It's the attachment to it. And I'm not saying I live my life like, oh, if I want to pick up and move to Navajo. No, I'm not picking up and moving to Navajo. I have more of a type A brain. I don't want to leave my father or be too far away from him to where I can't get to him if he needs me. Dutiful father or dutiful daddy's girl. But it's just, I don't want to live like that anymore. I don't want to live according to what society says I should, what type of category I need to be in. Being in a category because of how I looked, because of my education, because I don't want to be categorized in any of those things. I want to surprise people, but a part of not planning is surprising myself too, because I'm giving myself the freedom to be who I want to.
That part. Now, so this is the part that excites me. Okay. Most of my closest friends I'm older than. So me discovering this space at this stage, and whether it was a trigger for you or trigger for me, in whatever, however, the symmetry is that we've created this space and that we're both here. You get what I'm saying? Or that we're all coming to this space. I'm excited that y'all not my age and figuring it out. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's a good thing for me. I'm thankful for being the person that I've been up until this moment. I'm thankful for the lessons and all the strength that I've gained. You know what I'm saying? The insight that I've gained, of course. But what I'm thankful more for is watching my sisters, you get what I'm saying, turn a light switch on before I did. You know what I'm saying? Because now you get to be in that space longer.
But we also have you there to help us recognize where the light switch might be.
But for that, you know what I'm saying? For whatever the lesson is, that is a reflection of that. That's for me, like, that's a sign of successful relationship.
Mm-hmm. Agree.
You get what I mean? Because not only was I able to impart, turn the switch on before you get here, and y'all see me turning whatever switch on, and y'all are sitting back looking at me saying, okay, we're just gonna wait until you get what I'm saying? Like, that part, you know what I mean?
Like, when I see the light come on, then I'll go.
You know what I'm saying? Or I'll wait a few more years. You know what I'm saying? Because we can just wait. No, do it now.
Right. This house is nice. I can't really get out.
Right.
This house is nice. I just stay right here.
Exactly. Exactly. Good afternoon, Park. Good afternoon. Mario says, proper preparation prevents poor performance, but the pandemic reaffirmed for me that plans of mice and men are meaningless to the Most High. Believe it. I am obsessed. I am a obsessive planner. Sorry, I missed the letter and it messed my mouth wouldn't do it. I'm sorry.
My mouth wouldn't do it.
Everything is a vibe, but I try to stick to the script. Then he says, my son's autism makes him desire a regimen, which is horrible for me trying to be less obsessive about my planning. The anxiety around being in control is something that can consume you indeed. And that's where I'm at. I don't mind. I'm in control of a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? And the things that I can't control, I'm not finna be here like losing my shit. Like I'm life is little.
Right.
And I don't have the emotional, spiritual, physical capacity to be able to try to be like free. If you don't, it's gonna happen and you're gonna run tonight.
Because I'm a runner. I'm a track star.
Do you hear me? I'm out. I'm out. Nobody wants that. No, it's so stressful.
I live by means of control. I was bred in a very controlled environment, and to a free spirit is just not. I mean, of course, it wasn't. Well, that's a different story for another day. I'm sorry. I'm looking for my. I can't find.
Did you find it?
I got it. I was.
Did you find it? Okay. Okay. Find it. Find it. Come on.
No, but
So
yeah.
you know what I mean. So I get it. Like I don't want to be controlled. You get what I'm saying? I think up until this point, I have willingly, and I have to say this so people grasp this, I have willingly not just sacrificed, but foregone so many different things in order to maintain structure for others. So my yes has been strong. I've been living a yes life for other people for a long time. So now, you know what I'm saying? My yes has been strong, living this yes life for other people. And now, so when I say no, or no thank you, or I'll pass, or maybe another time, it take a minute. People first of all be offended.
And know that there's self-offense as well, because we cannot believe that we're actually saying no because we are so used to saying yes. So our body reacts yes, but our mouth is like, no.
And then you got to keep saying it to yourself. You know what I'm saying? And then reaffirm and then talk yourself through that it's not a bad choice that you just made, or that you didn't do anything wrong. You have to talk yourself through that. So once you've established that, then you're like, yeah, no, I'm okay.
Yeah.
And then, I'm gonna tell you, I get offended when if I say no and I'm looking you in the face and I see it in your eyes, or if I can read the text or whatever, and I feel any type of energy that you are bothered, offended, disturbed, whatever the case may be, I be done.
And please don't try to gaslight me like I don't know.
I'm like, are you serious? Are you
y'all understand the same remarks and editorial and punctuation marks that we do?
Of course not.
And we also know that the communicate, because and this is the thing that I hate. People try to bastardize text message communication because it is text message communication. But you've removed the house phone, you've removed socialization, and you've put us in a society where people think that it is now okay to just text someone and not call them. And in your interpersonal relationships, of course. Now, I like to text, absolutely, but I'm also an efficient texter, so I know exactly what I'm saying, and I'm trying to make sure that it is phrased as well as marked in a way to where people clearly understand what it is that I'm saying. It might become a little lackadaisical with people that know you, but even then, sometimes if you end on a different note, they're like, wait, what is that? Not saying that we have to be ruled by it, but you've established that this is an acceptable form of communication. So if we are going to make this an acceptable form of communication, then understand that you have to do that right as well. And it can't be lazy. It can't be be rude.
That's why I'll do that. And when I know that I'm going to be that way,
right,
I got to call you.
Exactly.
Because I don't want you to misconstrue anything that I'm quote unquote typing.
Right.
And then you read in your own mind. You done created your own voice of me. Right. And now this is what you know that I meant. Fam.
Right.
You don't
because
assume.
If you can have all of those feelings surrounding it, then when I call, don't say, man, it was a text message. Why are you taking it so seriously? I'm like, Are
Okay,
you
okay. How about let's
really
go back
going
and
there?
read the
Like,
text message.
it's just a text. I'm like, y'all have made that a major form of communication. So that way, with the energy is now transformed and circumvented in a different way. If y'all don't think the energy is all energetic. So why didn't you think it wouldn't travel through a freaking cell phone? Are you serious? We need this type of stuff to charge ourselves. Not the phones, but the electricity and the energy and the waves. It's how we're ruled in this society as well. So if you don't think that we've not been rooted into this type of communication, come on now, y'all. We ain't stupid.
Apparently,
We ain't stupid, y'all.
that's why I call. But that's my thing. When the people know, if you know me, then we can text all type of quick, inappropriate, unimportant, you know what I'm saying, devaluable, just communications in and out, little chop words. But the moment you hit me with something that I even perceive to be kind of value, I'm gonna call you. You don't get to misconstrue nothing I'm saying. You don't get to make up no text. And for your sake, you don't want me to misconstrue nothing you said, because I'm gonna read it based on the same energy that I know that you sent when you put it out here. And if you don't want me to assume that you mean me verbal harm, if you mean to assault me, if you mean to insult me, if you mean to hurt me, cause me harm, emotional harm, I'm calling to be sure.
Right.
And when I call, please keep the same energy, because I'm calling. I want to know. I'm calling. And all of my humility, and I hate that word. I hate the word humble. But in all of my meekness, I'm showing up. Hey, so let's talk about this text.
Yeah, I'm like that too.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
like, what was that about?
What's going on? So I'm giving you every possible option to be opposite of the energy that you sent me. But if you come with it, I don't want that to be the case. Mm-hmm. However, sir, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, y'all. I'm having some issues.
What you need? You need some wine. You want to swish you some wine?
Absolutely not.
I just thought I'd ask.
I'm good.
Okay, then fine.
I'll be all right.
There's some water right there. You could just swish it. It's water.
It's purified water.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sorry. It's some Be Clear up there. Do you want it?
Be Clear.
Yeah.
The drink of champions.
It is. It is.
Yes, I'm gonna get some Be Clear.
It's in the box. So all I'm saying is that you got it. Look at you. I must talk. Look at you. Yay. Taller than me. Ooh, Francis, look at your bump. That's fine. It doesn't matter. Francis, your bump is on TV.
Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, y'all.
No.
Okay, who? No. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't realize that I was still on the
Welcome to BloodRadio.com. Welcome to Mondays. I'm not turning the camera, Francis. You can't hide. You're in the camera. It's your shoulder. You want me to turn it for a minute? You want me to get off? You sure? Okay. You okay? She's like, damn it. It's okay.
I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't know my behind was still in the camera.
I said, Francis, it's your bump.
I'm just on my tippy toes trying to get some Be Clear. Y'all tell Monty I showed my ass, fam.
Well, there you go, right there. Look at Shelly County said, I swear I didn't see it. I was bending down to get something. For the rest of the world, I can't say the same. Oh, Mario said all the free ass we could ask for. It was bootylicious.
Are you serious? It was that bad? Oh, damn.
You just having you a whole show. No, this is a whole lively show around these parts, Francis. Come on. Mario said, let's be clear. We could clearly see that booty.
Enough.
That is
Y'all foul.
glad you got your water.
Yes.
And look, that's the classic can before he
I
upgrade.
know. I
He's got the
see.
classic can. What'd
I
you
was
say?
yeah. I
And
was
Mario says, "See what I did there," and we see what you did there,
yes, we
Mario.
see what you did there, Mario.
I feel like we don't take enough time to be in the moment. And what you had mentioned earlier, I kind of want to segue into there or whatever, how we do all this planning and we try to make make ourselves a certain way to be a certain thing. And it always ends up being in contrast of, you know what I'm saying, the end goal. And I'm where I'm going with that is, you know, like the song A Girl Like Me. Jasmine Sullivan talked about you know, I thought I was it for you. You know what I'm saying? And then now she said there's this part where she said, I knew it was real when you blocked me. Now I sit at home judging my body, wondering what I did to lose you and why in the hell you didn't choose me. Why you don't love me no more. And I was like, that's a whole thing. You know what I'm saying? How 1 minute I'm one way and we all good. And then you show up with somebody else to the point where he blocked her. You understand what I'm saying? And it made her like wonder about herself. I wonder, like, where do we get that mindset from? Like, it couldn't have been that we didn't belong together. It couldn't have been that this just was, it was good for the moment or whatever the case. And the lack of the lack of honesty in this situation and the truth there, like she really took the time to like tear herself apart as opposed to, you know what I'm saying, looking at the situation like it could have just been him. Maybe I wasn't, instead of, it's always the other side of it. Why do we believe the bad part? You get what I'm saying? Like that's the part that I'm trying to get. So no matter how much she was planning to be with him, no matter how much she was planning to focus on, also it's always the bad part. Always the bad part. And I didn't get that. And then I watched this other video this guy was saying, it was like 7 ways to know if a guy is into you. Emotionally into you. And it was the fucked up part about that is I was listening. I'm like, that's obvious because this will happen, or that'll make that's only sensible. And even in those moments, I was like, I found a why not. Do you feel what I'm saying? And even in those moments, I was like, well, yeah, because that, oh, that's fucked up. Patrice, stop doing that. You know what I mean? Like, but so I know, and I know I'm one of not many people who I peel layers on myself all the time. You know what I'm saying? I don't just say this is just me. I want to have healthy relationships. I want to do better when it comes to that, and I want to not spend my days trying to pick and prod and prune the end result of a relationship. I want to just enjoy it, but I have to also try to find a way to give myself permission to do so. You know what I mean? And that's where my issues come in. Like, why do I have, if it's common sense, how do I know that you love me? You know what I'm saying? How do I know that you care about me? We're not intimate. You understand what I'm saying? And the difference, what's the difference in relationship? Like for real relationship. Now, who you have the relationship varies, so it changes the details of it. But relationship is still us relating to one another. You caring about my well-being, asking me about things that wouldn't necessarily quote unquote benefit you. You engaged about my well-being. This is a relationship when somebody loves you and they care about you. So why would it be different? You know what I'm saying? If it's based on an intimacy, why is there an expected difference? Am I tripping on that?
No, you're not.
But what?
It has everything to do
With
with sex
okay, I'm listening.
and procreation,
Okay,
but mainly sex.
so
Because procreation is necessary. We're socialized that way. We are going to procreate. But when it comes to sex and lust and physical intimacy or non physical intimacy, I think that is the reason why, because society has toxically taught us to look what's most beautiful, which is the very reason that all other countries are celebrating the freaking 4th of July. I mean, are you serious? But we've made this standard because they have effectively managed to brainwash some into thinking that they have to be like everyone else. And remember, we lightly touched on this months ago, where it's like, congratulations, you're average. You're like everybody else now. There's nothing special about you because you were doing everything you can do to blend in. Congratulations. Like, that's not a fucking promotion to be extra regular. You know what I mean? But this is where we've been inclined to we've been inclined to self-mutilate because we think surely it's because I don't fit the standard, and that's the reason why I'm unwanted. And I used to be a woman that way. I used to self-mutilate. I'd immediately think of all the things that I hated about me to project onto the person that didn't want me, and it may have had nothing to do with me at all.
But
And
what about
everything to do
now
with
when the quote unquote standard of beauty has overly saturated this pool? I hate to call it a cesspool, but you know what I'm saying.
got an
Of
answer for that too.
you know what I'm saying? Like so what about that? Like now, so this quote unquote standard of beauty that was set, that was supposedly quote unquote out of all of our reach, and now anybody can look like this quote unquote perfect body. And I keep saying quote unquote perfect body because my body don't look now a bit nothing like that. But nonetheless, like that's the way now, and people are tired of it now. Now I'm starting to hear, oh, I wish all these fake booties is whack. Oh my god, all of this this from dudes with big fat gut German bellies. But that's another story. Talking about how these now perfect bodies are imperfect, and they wish they just had a woman that had real body parts because of what? Like we talk, this is a very short period of time. I'm in my 40s. We talking about in the last 20 years. Yeah, that's a short period of time, short part of my lifespan that the standard for perfection, quote unquote, is this Coke bottle body, super snatch waist, full breast, full thighs and butt. You know what I'm saying? And now that they've become tired of that. How, Sway?
Because it is a different type of hypnosis, and now that people are waking up from the simulation, they have to find something else big and shiny to distract us with. That's what it is.
Explain how all these men could become, now they want a big butt and a smile, and now they don't.
Humans, it swings. It's a pendulum. You know that it only happens for a time, for a spell, for a binge, for an addiction. It has a season. And then you start like, oh, wait a minute. There is purpose and determination, courage, ambition, will, knowledge, and other things that actually should matter to people happening over there. Maybe I should join that crowd, but I'm hungry and there's food there and it's burgers and shit that are gonna kill me, but I really I'm fucking hungry. And then they just go eat, like, because you are being distracted with some fucking flaming hots or some shit over here.
With flaming hots.
No.
Oh, distracted with the flaming hots. You call them flaming hots? They flaming hots. This flaming hots. What are you afraid in?
I don't know.
What would you consider yourself?
I think I'm a little bit between a peach and the very sweet yellow mango.
Okay.
The one that turns a little orange, and you know that it's time to eat it.
Look at her.
Otherwise,
look at her.
It's about to be sour fruit.
That's
no,
funny.
Never sour, just extra sweet to put in smoothies.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, the extra orangey sweet mango.
You don't say.
But peach is usually.
You know, the other day I saw somebody. I was watching something on Instagram, and I was like, I haven't had a peach in a while.
Really good one.
A good peach. But here's the problem with that. You know, first of all, I'm texture funny, so I be short on some stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I don't like
nectarines more than you like peaches.
No,
because they're the same thing. It's just a recessive trait.
No.
Okay.
I don't like nectarines more than I like peaches. I like white peaches. And I like white peaches, and I like my fruit to be really firm. So I don't like soft mushy fruit in my mouth. But I like firm where it's sweet, like right before
It comes to the ripen,
right,
fully ripened.
like right before that. So it can't be like this and it's hard and it's bitter. You know what I'm saying? Not that part.
Because that's what I think.
Nope,
Bitter.
not that part. It's right before you would eat it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's this part that's
So it's
right
a
before.
small bit of
It's
sweetness.
just
that's coming in.
it's sweet. No, it's sweet, but it's the sweet right before the flesh give.
Okay.
And it's so crazy. It took me a
No, I
minute
know
to figure it out.
exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
it's right before the flesh gives.
Yeah.
Like right there. Like I could get the peach and then keep it for a day, and then I'd have to cook with it instead of eat it. You follow what I'm saying? Like I gotta eat it. It was like
in my
that.
refrigerator now.
Do you? That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I used to. I think. Let me say.
Plums, I'm like that. That very particular description you gave, where
Mhm.
it's still hard, and just before it starts to soften, is sweet,
Mhm.
but it's cold and it's kind of
She's
makes
like,
that. You know that
yes.
sound, now, but it's sweet, and you like. And then when the skin is sweet too,
See.
the skin ain't sour, and
Yes.
both the skin and the inside of the plum.
I think I used to love plums. I think so. I haven't had one in a while.
Oh,
You get what I'm saying? Like they're nice and firm too, whatever.
Mhm.
It's like this other day I made a post about the watermelon. And Kim was like, "Why are you so specific?" Listen, because it's a thing. First, I can't eat the seeds. I know they're supposed to be there. I know that, but I can't eat the seeds. I can't. I don't
eat the watermelon.
I'm not eating watermelon seeds, G.
It's a watermelon that grows from the ground. How you gonna eat a watermelon with no seeds? Not a real watermelon.
I wouldn't eat a seedless watermelon. I would just eat around the seeds. I know that's why I don't eat a watermelon. You ever notice? When I cut it, and even the little white ones, the ones that's not really there, but it's there, that's not. If you eat it all together, you really can't know it's there unless you see it. Then you know it's in your mouth, and then you get irritated because in the mouth, you know it's there, but you can't do nothing about it because now it went down with the flesh. That's the problem. I be having it. It's a situation. Let me sit around. I like watermelon flavor. I just can't get past the seeds. That's my problem. So all I'm saying is I wanted a watermelon, but the work for me to eat a watermelon is a whole situation. That's how I feel about tomatoes. That's how I feel about tomatoes.
I feel like I'm like my grandmother. I can grab a whole piece of flesh and spit the seeds out.
Oh, then you got this. I can't. Then I got to fill it. Then I got to fill it in. I can't.
The slimy seed. Where is Remy Drake and Nigel when you need them?
Yes. Yes. The slimy seed.
That would have been a legendary point.
That
That would be a legendary point.
I cannot. Yeah, it is. Yes. Oh, yes. Mario said, I feel a poem about peaches and vagina. But can we talk about the mango, though? Yes. What about the mango? Miss Shelley said, I love the specifics, the joy of having two dope writers, artists, describing stuff. Yes, agreed. Not quite right. Just right before,
right before you get there.
Right before you get there. It's too far either way, it's all bad. Like
I agree.
That's it. That's it. You know, it's crazy that I feel that way about seeds and I eat salsa or pico. You know what I'm saying? I can cut it up and put it together. I can tear it up, love it. But if I think about
the yellow little seeds from the peppers,
it mess up everything.
Really?
If I think about it, if I think that I'm putting it in my mouth, it's gonna ruin everything. Oh. So I can eat a whole thing of pico.
I can't.
And mess it up, like all the crunchies and the veggies. Oh my god, I love it together.
You gotta make mine without cilantro.
Oh no, I don't. Without no, it is. I don't put cilantro on my stuff.
Good. Because I don't like soap.
I don't like
eating soap.
No, I don't like cilantro at all. Soap. But you know that I don't.
Is it soap for you too?
I don't. It's a combination. One time, one is like really, really bitter, and then it tastes like.
It tastes like you're eating soap. Like, do you know that I can't even like? I thought when I first started cooking, I thought what the difference between parsley and cilantro was. Right. 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 So I went to smell. What I thought then, of course, I was like a teenager. What I thought was parsley, and it was cilantro. and I dry heaved and gagged over the cilantros. And my mom yelled at me because she was like, "What the hell is wrong with you?" And I was like, what is that? And that's when I knew from then on. I was like, oh, I can taste it when it's in there.
I
I can
know it.
smell it.
Mhm.
It's just it
It ru-
tastes like
it
soap.
ruins the
Right.
food.
It's like you're eating a
But
fucking evergreen tree.
literally
That's what it feels like. You're eating an evergreen
a
tree.
chemical thing though. Like some people in this world have that reaction to it, and some people just love it. It's
Yeah.
like either you love it or you don't.
I hate it.
Yeah, no, thank you.
I can
No,
do
thank-
without it.
But I feel that way also about cumin, and a lot of people use
Cumin
it
just
and
smell
stuff.
like musty armpits and
That's
feet,
not okay.
but it tastes good.
That's not okay.
I like
It
I
smell like
cumin.
musty armpits
Don't
and
it?
feet.
Every time, especially when you use the magic pack, that sasson. Every time you open it up, you be like, "Damn, this
You
kind of
know
smells
the messed up part
horrible,"
about
but
that's why I don't
it's
smell
so
it.
good.
Is the sasson? The pack is beautiful in rice because it all absorbs and it becomes weedy and wholesome that way. So I don't have a problem with it. But like if I know you're dumping and like adding it in, I don't be wanting it. Which is why I don't eat a lot of other cultured foods because they use it. I'm like I don't want don't put it in there. It's not a staple, fam, but it is. It is.
It's like
It is.
one of the main.
It is, and that's why I'm like, no, thank you. Which is why I don't eat. I eat American what's it called, Amerimex, Tex-Mex, American Mexican food. So all unnatural Mexican foods. And I know because but they don't use those seasonings either. The seasonings are different, so it's the same mix, but it's bad.
I love authentic cuisine.
See, I like authentic Italian.
Oh, you and Lolly both.
Baby, listen, it's something about it. I'm
Yeah,
telling you.
it's good. Although, my mother, she's not listening. Thank goodness. I don't want my mother to kill me.
Well, no, we don't want that.
My adopted mother is Italian.
Okay.
She lives down in Arizona, and I ate so much Italian growing up that there are certain things, of course, that my mother's taught me how to make that I enjoy, and I only make those types of dishes. But growing up, I just felt like Italian food was not seasoned enough for me.
Mm-mm.
And it was on, I know people say like authentic Italian, you've got to get that. Maybe I'm gonna have to go to Italy because I've been to all the best spots and they all taste unseasoned to me or not seasoned enough. But that's also like Indian food. I feel like there are so many spices that it tastes like nothing. And while I can taste the integrity of the food when you're eating Italian cuisine, it's just like I've tried so much because my mother was so offended by the fact that I was like, I'll take it or leave it. She took it as like a personal challenge to
Yeah.
make sure that I had an appreciation for Italian cuisine. And I was like,
I'm
it's just
so
not
sorry.
my
You
thing.
know what? It's something about the richness of the marinara and that oregano, that garlic. It's something I can smell it like right now. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
but I'm so just was enamored with it. You know what I'm saying? Like seriously. But between that and cream sauces, using wine to cook because of the acidity that it adds. So it's just something about this how it naturally caramelizes. Oh my god! You know what I'm saying? But that's just me. But I also like well seasoned food. You know what I'm saying? And I've had people who don't know what they're doing cook it, and I'd be like this.
What about Asian food?
Depends.
Oh, I love it.
It depends. Like I don't dislike it. You know what I'm saying? I love vegetables. You know what I'm saying? Well, certain vegetables, whatever.
Yeah.
So I like stir fry. You know what I'm saying? I love rice. We already know this. You know what I mean? So the base of that or whatever. But most of their seasonings is what? Except for ginger.
I don't like ginger.
But I don't like ginger.
I don't like
You get what I'm saying? But you gotta think onions. It's lots of onion in their food, lots of garlic in their food, lots of just base vegetables. So there's that bok choy, and then like I could eat all of that like all day.
Not the ginger.
I don't
it for
like
me.
ginger.
And the water chestnuts.
I don't like ginger. I don't like water chestnuts. Quite as kept, I don't like bean sprouts, but I will. You get what I'm saying? So it depends. They crunchy, and it's just wrong. I like crunchy food, but I think the beans brought something wrong. It's not right. Like you cook it and it still be crispy.
That's
How is that?
that's actually a really good time to eat it
How is that?
because it's crispy. All of the
How is it still crispy when you
all
cook it?
maybe they added in last.
It still be crispy. It's not right. That's not right. It's
You
like
need that. What is it? Cruciferous?
uh,
Is that what it is? Cruciferous? Is that the word, y'all?
when it does
Cruciferous
what?
vegetables like that. Is that the
Well,
right
it
word?
depends on what it is. Like I like broccoli
Cruciferous
right
or
before it's
carnivorous?
soft. Like it's when it's got that little crunch to it. Like if I'm gonna eat it raw, then I'm gonna eat it raw. But if I'm gonna eat a steamed piece of broccoli, then I would like for the meat of the broccoli to be tender. You don't have to be mush. It's got to be tender.
Oh, is it a cabbage family mate? Relating to or denoting plants of the cabbage family.
Bok choy.
Is
It is.
that is cruciferous
Yes,
or
it
what
is.
is the what's all in it? Who's all in that? Are we doing too much for y'all right
No,
now?
that on the what they gonna what?
Because I need y'all to tell like we are really in this right now.
We
Y'all
trying to
committed like we
they
committed
they
right
here we talking about food. Who doesn't
now.
like
Right.
to talk
They
about food?
are. It is cruciferous.
That's the word it is. So
Yes,
it's
so
really
it's cabbage
uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
broccoli and bok choy
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like spinach and
Brussels sprouts.
Brussels and red cabbage as
Uh-huh.
well as cauliflower.
Cauliflowers. And I eat all of
I
them.
eat all of these.
Yes.
Yes, I
Yes,
do.
I do. I
I do.
eat every last one of those.
Wait, here we go. Yes. Oh, and radish. That's what that was. That was a radish.
I don't know
I
how I
don't
feel
eat
about radish.
radish.
I don't look I'm like I know
I don't fuck
I
with
don't
the
I feel
radish.
about it. What is it about a radish that I don't like? I don't know.
Radish, I feel like might taste like mouse piss or something. Like
How do you know what mouse piss tastes
I
like?
don't. That's
What
what I'm saying. That's why I said
no
I
no
feel
no.
like it would taste like mouse piss because growing up, right? You see these movies, you see these rodents like underground talking to each other, and they probably stank, and it's probably dirty, and the radishes are. And I know other vegetables that I enjoy grow underground, but I feel like when it comes to radish, it's a certain kind of hell that they endure, and I think that it's rodent piss. I think it's rodent piss.
You don't think that other vegetables that grow
I'm
oh,
sure they have,
never
but they
mind.
taste better.
Okay.
So maybe it's radish
Do you
is
eat beets?
disgusting. No,
I didn't think so. I think it's the shape of the fruit that you don't like.
that
It's the
is
shape
not
of the
true.
vegetable.
That is not true. It has nothing to do with the shape.
Shelly said, I'm all for foodie talking. Y'all are cracking me up. Mouse piss. Hey, listen. Look.
It
Okay, so I only like pickled beets.
rutabaga.
I don't like rutabaga either. That's because you know why? Because it's called rutabaga.
Yucaru just tastes like an undone, unfinished potato, like a cold potato.
No thanks. I'm not eating that either. I don't like the name rutabaga.
What a baby rutabaga.
I don't like
I don't know if
rutabaga.
that's the
I don't
right
even
thing.
know.
I just
I don't
feel
know.
like I've heard it somewhere before.
What's that? Or rhubarb.
I like rhubarb.
I don't like rhubarb because I don't like the name of it.
She's a terrible person.
Wow. Damn. Because I don't like rhubarb.
Because you don't like it simply based upon the way that it's said.
Yeah.
Who does that? Why are you like this?
I don't rhubarb. It's like strawberry rhubarb pie. I think that would. What does that even look like?
It looks like red pie.
That's
cherry
not.
pie.
It's not.
Cherry
It's
pie.
not the cherry. Do not taste like strawberries or rutabaga or rhubarb.
You don't have a love-hate relationship with cooked cherries too. I don't like cooked
First
cherries.
of all, it depends. Like it's a whole thing. That's
Why are they
that's a
glazy like
whole.
that?
I don't know.
It looks like cranberries to me, and I do not like that.
It does, and I think so. That's
And
what I'm saying. It's
gel.
all the. Who makes the? Never mind.
But
I'm
then
not
if
eating
you're
them
not, if
making
it's
no
not
gel.
jelly, then it's runny. Like, can we just find the perfect cherry
It
pie?
is
Like,
it's a middle. It's a middle.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
Mm-mm.
That's how you feel about strawberries, cooked fruit. See, I don't
No,
really
I
like
strawberry cooked
this.
fruit.
Really, not. I don't really like cooked fruit.
I like
Depending on what it is. Like, I know this is gonna get me kicked out the family. I don't like cooked peaches. Okay, I don't like.
You have offended me 3 times. this entire
I
show.
just said that I was gonna get kicked out. I'm trying not
You
to.
have offended me
I'm
3
so
times.
sorry.
Have y'all witnessed this shit? She as if this is the third time. This is the third time.
I prefer that if I'm gonna have, and I love peach cobbler, believe it or not, but I only like the flavor, so like the juices in the dough. Don't throw my mic. So, with that being the case, you get what I'm saying? I'm like, I like have to blend the fruit so that it's. So I have to make it. I have to change.
She can't
change the texture of the fruit so I can eat it.
She
It's
can't
like apple
never
pies.
She can't never have not another bit of peach cobbler in her life.
Yes, I can. It's the only way I can eat it now, and I can make it myself this way without offending people. Same thing with apples.
You blend it. You pulsify, or what is it? Well, I don't know. Whatever
Yes.
it is, you do that. I mean, that might not be bad though.
It's delicious.
Like, that might not be bad,
I mean,
though.
it's very good.
Yeah,
I just can't.
It's just the peaches that you don't like. But honestly, objectively, if I'm looking at it, I could see
bite into
how
it,
a person
and it
would
be
not
kinda-
like the way the peach splits and it kind of
and then it-
hangs
and
on
then
two
it-
parts.
Huh?
Yeah.
Huh? No.
Shelly, are you living for this? Shelly, I got you, girl. I got you, girl. I got you. I got you. The heavy part just kind of hangs, and you're like,
Oh,
or
no.
it's in your
And then
mouth.
it kind of slide across
Yeah,
your teeth.
and you have to you gotta wait to chew one part of the peach, and then the second part still kind of.
The only good thing about that is when you bite into it, and you get that first juice part. When you bite in, and then it just like the juice just like explodes, and you got it everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then the problem with that is that right after that, everything kind of collapses, so the flesh collapses.
And then it turns into the very
Oh,
slimy cinnamon sort of sugar cake, whatever. I can't remember everything.
and because of that, I
All of
cannot.
that
Because
just
of that.
So it's just sweet, sticky things pouring down.
That's not okay.
Yep, sweet, sticky things. That's what I said.
That's it. That's a jam.
Mm-hmm.
That's not good. And then it's just be there, and it be in your mouth, and it's gonna be all kind of rubbing together. That's not okay. It's almost like the texture of the slime and the okra. That's not okay.
Oh, I like okra too.
See,
I don't care how it's made. I'm gonna eat some okra.
No, listen, Mom makes like this stewed okra where she uses smoked sausage and shrimp and crab, Francis. With like a stewed tomato something or whatever. Them shit's so good. And I eat it that way. Like literally. It's when she makes some, I'll have to make sure you get some. Like
My grandmother would always put okra in the black eyed peas. That's the only time I would eat the black eyed peas, when it was okra. And I would look forward to the okra.
See, that's how they know it'd be nice and like sticky.
Yeah. I would look forward to it. Like I would just eat the beans just cause, but I would save the okra for last because it was my favorite part.
Sorry.
I didn't do it.
I know.
I've been well behaved.
It's not you. It's just because I know what it is. So we also know that I don't like beans.
Yes. Yes, I know.
It's just the texture of the bean. Like I even ate a bean pie.
That was the texture change, though.
It's not the same thing as sweet potato pie, even though the flavor is similar.
The texture is smooth. It's not.
It's a great energy.
It's a bean, but I'm sure you can tolerate that better because it's smoother, right?
No, I didn't like
Really?
that. I prefer to eat the bean.
Really?
I would prefer to eat the bean.
And there are people who like the bean pie.
Sheer trickery. That's what that is. It's sheer trickery.
I mean, I like bean pies.
I know.
But I like beans too.
I know.
And my grandma, she would sprinkle a little bit of sugar in the pinto beans. And so I was like, I like sweet beans.
Yeah,
too.
my mom is like, seriously, if she make red beans and rice, I'm eating it. Like she used a Camilla bean, a Camilla bean from the South that she had my uncle them sent to her. She soaked them and then she cooked them extremely slow. so that they're extra tender. But she also usually uses her ham after like after holiday ham, whatever, with the brown sugar mustard, whatever glaze on it. That shit in the pineapple in the yeah, I eat it. I eat them beans.
So
I
she
eat
eats beans.
no those.
You eat beans.
Okay, not.
That's a bean.
It is. I eat
So
the.
she
I
can
do.
eat those
I eat. I
beans.
can. And
Are
but
they
like
white
I
bean,
try to.
black
No,
bean,
those
white bean,
red.
brown bean, red bean?
Yeah. Yeah. No, don't get me wrong. I know what bean tastes like. I used to eat beans. I had to eat them when they made them. You got to eat what's on the plate.
Yeah.
White beans, navy beans, black beans, black eyed peas, and all of them. What's the
Butter
Crowder
beans,
peas,
Crowder peas,
butter beans.
Great Northern
See,
beans,
no, thank you.
sweet peas.
See, now that I eat peas.
Ew. I don't like peas.
I love peas.
Mm-mm.
Believe it or
I'm
not.
not a sweet
How
pea
can I
fan.
eat a pea
And I especially
and
don't
not
like
eat a
peas
bean?
and carrots.
Love peas and carrots.
Now I ain't gonna lie to you. I made a cauliflower fried or shrimp fried cauliflower
Okay.
for my dad, and I put julienne carrots and peas in.
Cause yeah.
And I was like, I could maybe eat this. Not every day, but I could maybe eat it. But I like the way I made it. I don't like it in anything else.
Okay.
I can go without peas and carrots.
I can't.
Shout out to my sister Peace and Carrots, the blog, the sister blog that we have.
Really? How nice is that?
You know, the play on peas and carrots. She calls her I'm Peace and she's carrots, like the diamond carrots.
Nice.
Pretty befitting of our personalities.
I like it. I like it. How do we check it out?
You don't.
You don't? How
It
do
was
we?
in the past.
Okay. Okay, my bad. You know, I'm always for it, trying to support.
I'm like, I love it.
Shelly. Mm-mm.
What she say?
You know what? I'm about to hang up. Can I hang up the phone? You have to try roasted chickpeas made in the oven at home with some seasoning if you want a little one.
Yes.
No, ma'am.
Crunchy.
I'm no chickpeas. Ain't that hummus?
Yes.
And I don't eat that shit either.
She
and I want
had
to
a
tell you
bad
right
batch of
now,
hummus, Shelly, and
I'm
I'm
so
like, girl,
pissed off
hummus
at
is
y'all.
so
Y'all should have
good.
never. How dare y'all let me eat that stuff?
Hummus is good.
It's not. It's
You
wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong.
It's
It ain't
consistency for her.
Talk about texture, crunchy, deliciousness.
Yes.
If I can feel it, can I feel it?
If it's a crunch, though, as
Okay.
opposed to
Instead of the little paste gritty thing.
Yes, it's a crunch, like
Okay.
a chip.
Okay,
almost.
okay, free. Now you relating.
Yeah.
I feel it. I feel that. She came right in with the smoothness.
Mhm. I got you.
Look at that was smooth in the mug, wasn't it? That's how you doing. Slid that right in on me. Show you talk about texture.
I do
Listen,
what I do.
and clearly, I was like, look, I freaking out a little bit about the texture. She said, yes, freebie. I'm just saying, because something about it apparently. Okay, crunchy. It's like a chip. Almost like when you try to get me to eat those. It was like a potato chip, but it wasn't a potato chip. It was it a bean or something?
When I tried to get
Yes. You try to get freebie like, try this, sis. And I'd be like,
she charged
what is
me with the
this?
responsibility of making sure that she tried new things. She told me, I want you to help me. I remember the conversation.
Yeah,
vividly.
I don't
I want
disagree.
you to help me try new things.
She show up with this stuff. I'm like, what is that? And she was like, just eat it. And I'm like, is that a leaf? What was it? It was some kind of chip. Was it a green bean? Was it
Edamame?
It might have been edamame, but it was something else.
Or was it a snap pea crisp?
A snap pea crisp.
It was a snap pea crisp. Yes, that's exactly what it was. Those are so good, but they're so salty. Like, you got to get the low sodium
raw bean.
It was not. It was. Tell me that y'all have had snap pea crisps.
They may have.
Usually, people put them on salad.
I love how you use the P and the S in your crisps too. Did y'all hear that? Y'all didn't hear the P and the S. Mm-hmm.
Crisps.
Yes, you got them all in.
Snap pea crisps.
You got them all in though. I was like, yes, ma'am, with the enunciation. Come on now.
sorry, y'all.
No,
Force of habit.
don't be sorry for that. I wanted you to know that I noticed it. Yes, ma'am. Beautiful enunciation.
Yes, but I know people have had it. Oh, Shelly, what you about to say? I'm weird about the textures of all those like veggie chips, almost like they disintegrate in your mouth a little bit. I don't know, kind of weird. Okay, I can see that too. Okay, fine, but they're still really good though.
I like dried fruit.
I
See,
like dried fruit.
like apples and
love apple
bananas and oranges, like all these little raw the dried out fruit you can just like eat like chips. Yeah, pineapples. Because I don't like them when they put the sugar on them.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
That's like why'd you do that?
Like the sugared oranges and yeah, I don't like that.
No, that's too much going on. I'm gonna eat it. Just let me eat the fruit. I'm already eating the fruit. Now you want to add the extra sugar to it? You giving me the diabetes. You just giving it to me. You add the sugar to the fruit. You're killing me over here. So I'll eat all of those things. I don't know. I've tried. It's a good thing that my taste buds have expanded my family because my mom would eat with her eyes. You get what I'm saying? And up until, I don't know, when I say recently, I mean, we have probably even within the last 10 years, she was like, I'm not eating them little trees. Broccoli, fam. For years, I'm not eating them little trees. It was like, mine. But then one day, she ate the little tree, and now she loved the little trees. And now she don't even like cheese unless it's melted on something. Like she can't see that it's happening. Like there's cheese in the grits. There's cheese on the broccoli.
Honestly.
Yeah, I got it. Honestly, I do good considering where I could. I'm like, this is great. It's some things, but most of the stuff that I don't like to eat, I've tried.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? Like I'm that person. I'm gonna try it. That's how I know.
I haven't sold you on seaweed, have I yet?
Family, no. Okay, it's nothing good about it.
You get you some seaweed and some sticky rice with some chicken.
It don't taste good, friend.
And some kimchi.
It don't taste good.
Or some pepper. Yeah.
See how your friends trying to get your mouth together. I know, and I like kimchi.
Pepper. Oh, kimchi is good too.
Kimchi is good. It's spicy.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I like it.
My auntie goes and gets me some kimchi. I got a big jar in the back of my refrigerator.
See, it's like
I eat kimchi on pizza.
But kimchi is like it's cabbage, isn't it? It's like but I like sauerkraut.
Oh yeah, so then that makes sense. Yeah.
So,
sauerkraut is a bit much for me, but I've had it before.
I will eat sauerkraut fresh out the can and or out the jar, whichever you had it. I could heat it, put some mustard on it, and eat sauerkraut like that.
So is that the cruciferous crunch that you crave?
It's the sour the vinegar. I like pickled things. If you have not noticed, pickled vegetables. I have to be mindful of that because I don't want no pickled meat.
Pickled feet.
I'm not eating that.
Some pickled eggs.
I know.
Some pickled ears?
Absolutely not.
Would you eat them with a fox?
No.
Would you have them in a box?
No. Pickle. I think it's just disrespectful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's some things is just disrespectful. You just treat the food poorly. I don't understand that. Like I believe it. So I like pickles so much that I put vinegar and oil and salt and pepper on my cucumber.
I do not like cucumber.
See, but that's the only way that I like to eat cucumber. It's something about cucumber that's too fresh for my life. Like it's just too fresh. Like some things you like, oh, this is like cucumber. You like, Jesus, that's fresh. Okay, already with the freshness. You know what I'm saying? It's so bright and it's so big. I don't like it in my water. It's overpowering. It just does too much to everything. But let me tell you, 2-day soak of vinegar, oil, and some salt and pepper on, especially because I don't like to use English cucumber. Baby, I will snack for days. Nonstop. I can eat a whole cut it, slice it up though, but I can eat the whole cucumber like that multiple days.
The only cucumber that I can tolerate are just the bits of it in tzatziki sauce or tahini sauce.
Okay. The really, really small pieces.
when they're chopped up fine. And I'll even take a big piece because, like you said, it's not
It's
that
very
constant
strong.
freshness
Yeah.
mixed
I
with
love
the.
that your taste buds are so in tune, G. Like I love that. Like you gotta be able to know that people don't.
Oh yeah,
You know, a lot of people they eat like trash.
that's true. They do eat like trash.
They eat anything that
They do eat like trash.
can he?
No, but I'm no better because I'm like, yeah, they do eat like trash, and I keep saying
But
it
it's
over and
you
over
like
again.
yeah. So just
You guys eat like trash, okay?
I'm this underserviced of their taste buds. Like they're there for a reason. And now, of course, you know, with new studies, they notice that some of the taste buds overlap. You still have to be able to layer the flavors properly. And a lot of people don't. You just put anything in your mouth. Y'all just be eating. I enjoy everything I eat, or I'm not eating it.
Put anything in
They
your mouth?
do.
That's not.
If they do. I said it.
I had to take. It took convincing my biological mother to try things, and she might be listening. Mama, I made her some asparagus spears. And
Yes.
they were well seasoned with olive oil and some crispy garlic and shallots and some seasoning, some garlic and black pepper and salt, just, you know, sea salt.
Mhm.
And, you roast them. And she was like, I don't like the bottom part. So she was eating her asparagus like this, stopping where she didn't like it, and pulling the flesh from it. And I was so upset with my mother. I was so upset with my mother.
So she was
doing this.
eating around the
And
leafy part of the
The
spear.
spear was soft. It was all soft. The kids were like, Mom, if Nana Bear don't want it, I'll eat it. They were like, this is good. And I made her salmon.
She don't like salmon.
She had never had it. And she's like, it's okay. I said, you shot me right
but you
in the
know,
heart,
but
Mom.
everybody can't make salmon. Not that you wouldn't be able to. I've never had to, but I'm
My
assuming that'd
grandmother
be
loved
good.
it. My mama,
Let me
she was like,
say,
I don't know.
you got because it's one of those things. Like if you're not used to being able to taste the seafood, like it's for me to eat salmon. One, it's got to be a really good flake on the meat because otherwise it's slimy.
But who cooks slimy salmon? Ew.
I seen it.
Oh, that's not done.
I
They're trying to
seen
kill you.
I'm not doing it, but I
They're
seen
not,
it.
but
You understand? But they was. You understand? Or you know what I'm saying? It's got to be a really good flake, which is why I like white meat chicken because it's got to be similar texture for me. Which is also why I like cod and or whiting because the flake is that full.
catfish.
If it's made right.
Catfish fillet.
Thank you. I'm like,
Catfish
she said catfish. Okay, catfish fillet.
Yeah, because I ain't
Yes.
doing no steaks and
Mm-mm.
give me the catfish fillet.
You know what I'm saying? You got too much time to cut around a steak. You know, wasting my time on all these bones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know, just eat it with the bread. The devil is a liar. No, sir, no, ma'am. No, okay. So I prefer it that way, but I also want it to be full of flavor. So I don't want to taste the ocean when I'm eating my seafood. That's just me. You know, some people like the connection with that flavor, whatever. And I mean, you can't get rid of all of it, but it's just enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like mahi is an amazing
I
fish.
like mahi.
Oh my god!
I also love orange roughy.
Really? Okay, it's not bad. Okay,
I can fuck up some orange roughy.
and see, I know that's what I'll be talking about. Look at this. Yes, indeed. Let's see. At a conference once, they passed out surveys and it listed things that people do daily: eat, shower, sleep, etc. You had to rate its level of pleasure, i.e., I shower because I have to. I do this because I love it. I never even considered that until some people only eat because they have to and take no pleasure in it. Do you understand that? It's whack. I'm so sorry for that. I'm like you just be eating because you hungry. You don't really enjoy certain things.
I have to. It's like
I got to.
Gregory will tell you. It's just that's why he loves Ratatouille so much.
Listen.
Gregory loves watching Ratatouille because he's like, Mom, you can really see like the colors. And I said, but think about it though. Think about that amazing thing that we have, because then we know what we like. We know what pairs with other things. We are I mean, it's a form of self-care, really. It's a form of self-care, and I don't mean the toxic self-care. I mean enjoying your food and understanding that it has a bigger
Do you
purpose
understand that? Do
is
you
a
hear
form of
me?
self-care.
It
Yeah, it's a form of
completely
self-care.
like for
You know, and we
each,
all didn't
but
always have
connected it
it
from that.
because we were indoctrinated, but
Come on
you
now.
know, now that you have an opinion about it, it just is a deeper meaning. Like it starts there.
For me, it definitely for me.
And you can make it taste good. That's what they don't want you to get healthy. So they want to tell you that Brussels sprouts are yucky.
That's the
Just
best ever.
fucking
Oh
try
my
them, y'all.
gosh.
Like they want to tell you that this stuff is bland and that only a certain demographic of people eat like this. Don't go into, and that goes right back to the stereotypes and the classifications. Try it and put your own spin on it. It's really good. And then quiet is kept. We used to eat like this.
All the
We just
time.
hated it because society wanted us to go get McDonald's instead. Like
Instead, I'm gonna
we
tell you.
we eat this. We the only reason why we felt like, oh, I don't want any of this is because we wanted to go to McDonald's instead because of what they were doing to us. They were hypnotizing us.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you now. Even at this stage now, like naturally, it's an instinct to be like, oh, I wonder if I should eat some McDonald's, but I don't go. But it is one of the things that come to mind. Even though I don't go regularly, it still comes up as an embedded option. Like every now and then, I'll be like, let me just see, and then I'll try it and get completely sick and be like, what was you thinking? Like, if this is the same food. Did something change? Am I sick now? Like, what's the difference? Like, why am I sick?
My
I'm
body
sick
has
at
a
it now.
physical reaction to McDonald's. As a when the kids are like, because I'll get it from them, I'll get it for them from time to time. But it's almost as if it was when we were younger and we had our own. Like McDonald's was a treat. Now it's not a treat for my kids. You know, my kids are far too um, expensive for that goodness. They don't want a McDonald's. We went to the Shed Aquarium and then we went and had seafood afterwards. And my son was like, does anybody realize how horrible this is right now? Like, are we bad people? Because I was cracking crabs and lobsters for them because that's what they wanted. And I was like, you know, that's a night where you actually think that you might settle for McDonald's. But no, they wanted crab and they had the classification of the crab and the lobster and they wanted the shrimp and they wanted the garlic butter as opposed to the regular butter. And then they wanted a special type of seasoning on it. And it's my fault. Completely my fault though. But it goes back into what we were talking about earlier. It's about caring about what it is that you're putting in your body. It's about the vitamins that can be substituted in different places. It can be about the health that you achieve. It can be about what it is that you're ingesting to heal yourself. So, thankfully, even though it's my fault, my children are in an advantageous position to where they know what's good and what's not. And I will continue to probably throw this at them because I want them to understand that I don't want them to have the life and make the choices that I made. I want them to be better than me because we all want our kids to be better than us at all times. So, in being better, they have to learn while they're going ahead to understand what to put into their bodies and what not to put into their bodies. So, I don't want to be too late in the game like mom, you know. But I wasn't too late in the game because I was able to turn it around. So, no one can see you.
Well, then you just looked in. Unbelievable. Shout out to Poppy Too Big. I'm not sure who that is, but hello, Poppy Too Big. Said he sat on the porch on the swing, just swinging and listening to you guys. Well, hello.
All right, swinging.
Appreciate
All
that.
right, Poppy too big. Singing and swinging and getting married like Christmas, like Maya Angelou. Is that what? That's what he said. Or who are you, Poppy Too Big?
Poppy Too Big is watching on YouTube, which is great.
Hello, Poppy Too Big.
Tomorrow I said I'm definitely connected to food and I would rather go hungry than eat some whack food. Do you hear me?
Baby, your connection to food is impeccable and it shows. And we are all impressed by it
We
because
are
you are
all thankful.
absolutely effing wonderful. Talk about a burst of flavor. Y'all better mess with delicious bites. That's all I'm gonna say. That's the explosion. Y'all looking for that type of flavor pairing? She's got it. So she believes it. But that's what I'm talking about. You have to know that, to know what goes together, to experiment with things that you wouldn't otherwise experiment. You're like, damn, it's like nostalgic and it's great and it's light. And I'm a fan. I'm a fan.
You don't have me coming down here agreeing to eat food now. I ain't like what food?
I'm
What
gonna make
food
sure
we
she
agree is
does.
good?
I'll make sure she does.
Mm-mm.
Mm-mm.
I like different foods because I think that my palate deserves to be honored across the board. Like I minimize the salt because I just think it's an unnecessary it's unnecessarily strong, like that salty aspect of your tongue is just like overly serviced.
Agreed.
But I will tell you this, that when you start cutting salt out of your diet, that you notice it even faster when you're eating things. Partner, you okay? You sure?
I thought you was asleep.
I did too. I know. And I'm like, what's happening over there? You trying yourself to do what? we on the show.
We're worried. We are
I'm
concerned.
concerned. I'm like, is it
We
just
are
me? I'm not
concerned.
tripping. Okay,
No,
all
we're
right.
concerned.
That's what you're doing. That's what you're doing.
No, you better cut it out.
That's what you're doing. What you trying to do? Readjust your lungs? We want to talk about it. We only got about a half an hour. We need to talk about that too.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
People feel you need a lot of salt. You need the flavor. With that's what I'm saying. Come on, with Papa salt, just Papa salt, just a little bit. All these other ingredients. Let me tell you. Look, there's a sausage in New Orleans called dang, what is dang, it's a hot sausage by a certain company, and it helps to flavor food a certain way. So like when we get it, we get some hot sausage. Patton's hot sausage is what it's called. Um, and when I make jambalaya, or if I make certain things, I like to use that particular sausage because of the flavors is in it. And then for so many years, you was like, I'm not gonna make it because we don't have no hot sausage, or you won't make certain things. Then it's like, let me figure out what seasonings are in this sausage when you start cooking. And so now I can simulate, you get what I'm saying? That so, and I keep saying duplicate because you can't duplicate unless it's the actual thing. Similar is not the same. I be having to put that in my own mind because it's not, and I can go to a whole tangent about that. But nonetheless, taking those flavors and then doing your veggie sweat before and adding those seasonings to that creates the same stuffing that will go into the sausage. Baby, listen.
Well, that's why those vegetables and those meats together, browned and liqueured first, is necessary.
I'm just saying, this needs to be a whole show. Do you understand? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Look,
I'm
you
just
saw
saying.
me. I was
Listen, I'm like,
I was
wait.
stirring it up in the pan.
What I'm saying is though, maybe we can find a way to do a show. We got with a whole 3-hour period where we do live samples of chefs preparing their food. And since we know quite a few, or maybe even we could host an event where we talk about this type of deliciousness and set it up so that people can shut your mouth, Patrice, before you give away the.
Y'all know what is it? Just Eats with
It
Patrice.
just goodies or not just happened right now, real fast. Ooh, be quiet, okay? Don't steal my shit, y'all.
Yes, because you just said it all live.
I did. Y'all already know what's gonna
For
happen.
the people listening.
It's gonna be enough on the replay. Don't steal it. But I'm doing it. I need to do it
Actually,
quickly.
you have videos.
Look, and I need to do it quickly because somebody gonna
You
show
heard
up with
it
my
here
idea.
first.
With the echo. Why did we do that? You know what I listened to the other day? Your like that. I forgot I was on air that fast. Your commercial.
Oh,
Ain't nobody dope as we just Patrice and
free party Patrice.
that shit was so hot though. It was hot. Say it was not. It was very creative.
It was very creative
and fun. Very fun.
It was. I thought you were talking about what's the channel for your panel.
I'm just saying, hey, start a TikTok challenge today called Honor Your Food. That'll get the bar rolling. Look at Shelly.
All
Come
right,
on.
Shelly.
Listen, you hired. Right now, you hired. You hired right now, Shelly. Right now, straight up. Seriously. Tamara said, people who you need to add salt for flavor, but you got to add a pop of salt.
Yeah.
And once you got the flavor in. And Shelly said, lemon and lime enhanced salt, which helps use less or none. Come on. Look at all these cooking folks on my timeline. Come on now. She said, my FIL loves hot. Your father-in-law, that's what that is? Loves hot sausage. Patton's hot sausage is the best ever. Ever.
I've never had it.
It's good as food. It's beef sausage in a pork casing, which is crazy, but that's what it is because it's. I looked up the ingredients. You already know. So they use beef, but it's from the south, so the crossing casings is not an issue for them, And it was so that you couldn't ship it. Like it was only that. So they make Patton hot sausage patties and Patton hot sausage links. The patties is just patties, so it's just beef sausage. But the beef sausage, when they made it a link, they put it in pork casings, which is very interesting combination. And when they make their sandwiches, a hot sausage sandwich, I throw everything down right now. It's something about the way that sausage tastes. It's totally unique.
Then I'm gonna have to try it.
And and people's like, well, boudin, it don't taste like boudin. Boudin is different. You know what I'm saying? Between boudin is another Italian, another Creole sausage that people try to like. They all have completely different flavors. It's off the chain. Off the chain. He's trying to look. He like,
come on,
come talk to us. Will you sit in the middle?
There is no listen. Get over here.
Oh, did you try to hit me in my kidney?
No, I tried to move you over.
Come on, sit right here between me and Free. Why not?
Just scoot over because you're the host.
That's right. That's why I like you to sit right here.
Just please move.
I would like for you to sit right here, please. Thank you. Don't try to knock over my wine either.
See? I'm over wires and stuff. Hey, y'all.
You like me sexually assaulting you on camera?
This is not right. This is not right. Thank you. It is love. Thank you. Happy
What you calling it? If that's you calling what you calling it? Happy 4th. Happy barbecue day. Yes. Did you barbecue?
No, I didn't. I ate plenty. Though.
Did you eat plenty? Y'all say hi to my brother, my friend, my coworker, my client, D-Rock.
Yep, I'm giving you the mic.
How's it going? How you feeling today?
I'm feeling fat. I ate too much yesterday. I'm feeling swole, so I got to go back on my diet.
What happened? You on a diet?
Yeah.
I pushed all the buttons. Don't mind me. I did. So say hi to D-Rock. Say hi to the world. How are you feeling today?
Hey, world. How
Besides
are you?
fat.
Besides, I'm feeling wonderful.
Are you feeling wonderful?
I'm feeling wonderful.
You told me earlier you was stressing a little bit. Are you taking a break in the middle of your stress?
Oh yeah. It was,
Can you believe? I can't believe that you did that.
Yeah, but I can't tell you about.
I don't want you to tell me that online. We talking about it in circles.
Yeah, I needed a break from helping people out, but it's all good. We loving life.
You got on shorts? D-Rock has on shorts, ladies and gentlemen. They can see his
doing
knees a
way
little
too
bit.
much. I put on this shirt
Let me
so
see.
she wouldn't see me the bottom half of working.
What?
I'm working.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm working on my
D-Rock
job.
doing stuff on his day off. And,
Right. Right. Tell me about
So what do you have coming up? Going out of town soon?
Yes, I have every Saturday we got my boy Marlon Hill, marlonhill.com is going on the comedy show 7 p.m. The perfect date night is what we call it. This Friday I'm performing also too. You gotta check out my go to Facebook. Go to Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
I'm there though. I'm doing comedy shows, y'all. Comedy's back open. I am so happy to see people's face.
Are you?
I am so happy to see people's face. Seriously, the mask.
What did you miss? What you miss most about that?
What about
having people having masks on?
What do I miss about?
What did you miss when we were having the mask?
Well, seeing people's face, like actually seeing people smile. And I'm happy to see it now. Like really. And knowing who people are when they talk to you, like I'm such and such, like I don't know. But now you see people, and you see their expressions, and
do you feel like emotionally or mentally having to wear that mask, it did something for you too, and for you?
Of course. I mean, being a comedian, you have to be popular by face, by familiarity. They have to be familiar with you. And with the mask on, everybody look the same. You know,
Mm.
your mask kind of puts you different, but you got a Gucci mask on from the gas station. It's like
That's a whole. That's I didn't even think about that. How the mask took away.
it took away
Um,
your familiarity. Yeah,
that's interesting.
it did. I mean, I went to LA and I was walking past people that I knew were celebrities, but I couldn't tell because
Because
their
you didn't
face covered
recognize
up.
their eyes.
I didn't recognize their mask.
You gotta recognize people by
Right,
their
right.
eyes.
Is that Denzel Washington? I'm not gonna ask. Just keep walking. So.
Did that make you feel safer as a star when you're out on the
I'm not a
streets?
star,
You
but
are.
no, it made me want to take my mask off every time I got a chance.
And you wanted people to see you.
Yeah, you want people to see you. You want to be seen. Everybody wants to be seen. Everybody wants to be seen. That's why y'all dress so beautifully and y'all wear your hair a certain way, y'all makeup a certain way. Everybody wants to be
Speaking of
seen.
that, maybe you can ask him this question, Free, about the when we were having a conversation earlier about the image and how the image flipped, and he said that's why y'all look so beautifully and how naturally we are now. Okay, remember we were
What's the
talking earlier
question? I
about
know, I remember that, but I don't remember a question.
comparatively speaking, which would you prefer?
Sex or
No, girl.
You
What the
can't
hell,
talk about
Francis?
that. Yeah.
point proven.
No.
So what that-
Okay, so remember we were talking about how at let's say 20 years ago, all these quote unquote perfect bodies never existed.
Yes.
And then how now the industry, the world, society is overly saturated with all these quote unquote perfect bodies. Small waist, big breasts, big hips, big
Perfect body
booties.
scared me.
You don't say.
A perfect body scares me because I know one or two things. One is probably a man.
That's what he's gonna
It's
say.
probably a man. You already know, like
That's not true.
that girl too perfect.
Oh, she a man?
Yeah, that's something wrong. Or she done had some, or she done had a lot of surgery. So that means if she had a lot of surgery, that means she don't have a lot of money. Because
So
she
she
gave
spent
her
it on
money. She spent
surgery.
her money on her boobs or her booty or her waist or removing something from her face or putting too much in her face or there's just too much going on. A natural, beautiful woman without a lot of makeup is the most appealing thing to me. That's just who
So
I
he
am.
is the anomaly. You have to talk to somebody who'll be
Is he an anomaly? I think that D Rock likes skinny waists and big butts too, and I think that
I like a
he
variety of
I
women.
think
Don't get
that
me wrong.
that was his original preference.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. But
Hmm.
a woman with a lot of makeup
That's what I
scares
said.
me. Yeah, she's hiding something.
When did you discover that about yourself?
At an early age of what 20ish,
You like
early 20.
naturally.
I mean, I knew it when I was first. You know how you get your little first crush.
Mhm.
Our first crush was Penny on Good Times. Matter of fact, still is. And then I found out she was Janet Jackson. But yeah. And then I found out I really like natural, beautiful women.
Do you have a body size preference?
No
What is the most attractive thing for you when it comes to women?
eyes and lips
Eyes and
and
lips.
toes.
You
already
threw that
know
in like it was not a situation. Like it was a. And
It's
let's not
it's a
forget.
must. Yeah, it's a must.
So you really big on people's feet?
Yes,
Like her feet gotta look a certain
it's
kind
got
of
to
way.
look a certain way. In
What?
order to
Okay,
be,
like considering that we almost 50.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't need you to have a whole corn on the cob going on in your feet in your shoe situation. What? I'm so serious.
I know you are. Just I'm trying to
Put some
be able
socks on and hide it till you can. But
till she knows she got you.
yeah,
At what point
and then she gonna lose me because she lied to me. Trust is out the window.
about her feet?
Yeah, we could be cool. I know somebody that probably can love you the way you need to be loved, but it's not me.
I Been offended 4 times today.
Take this response.
You have pretty feet.
Thank you.
There's nothing wrong with your feet.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I offended her. Did I offend her? She said I did.
No, the offensive part was
What's the offensive part?
someone can love her the way
She needs
that
to be
she
loved.
needs to be loved.
Right, but it won't be me.
But it won't be me
Right.
because she's got ugly feet.
Right.
Like a boomerang.
Yeah, she got to go. I'm sneaking out the bed.
Now,
That happened on Boomerang.
How did you get in the bed?
we know
Because she tricked him.
with her socks on.
Yeah, she had socks and she had on the shoes with the extra boots on, tried to wear the Timberlands and stuff like that. Like, I want to dress alike. Women do all kind of crazy stuff. It ain't just the men. What?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm not supposed to be on this show.
I feel like in the same segment of the question that he proved me right and wrong at the same time. He proved me right and wrong at the same time.
What did I do?
It would be way too much. You just have to go back and look at the beginning because we had a whole. But it's like there's validity to it either way. It's realness. It's validity. It's that pendulum I was telling y'all back. It's the spectrum. It is a wide array of colors, and feet is not the feet for D-Rock. It's not the feet. If you got unkempt toes, I suggest the beautiful human being that you are not even apply within because
I won't even get past
and that proves
You be cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep, but the
I
problem
buy you
is
socks anytime I see some cute socks.
but what if a woman really likes you?
I don't think I'll be likable. I don't think I'll be likable.
Would you tell her that it's because of her feet?
I won't say it's because of her feet, but I'll make it known that I won't like her.
Okay, and so then if
You'll make it known that you don't like her.
yeah,
Like that.
because of her feet.
I won't say it's your feet, but I'll say keep some socks on, or it's not gonna work.
Now,
It's not gonna work.
right? Okay,
Or
now
simple stuff like that.
that's a great lead-in, and it's not to blame you at all.
Right. Thank
But then if she doesn't know that her feet was what it was, then she begins to attack herself, thinking that she was too nice or
Now, if
too
she asked
mean
me, if
or
she
too.
asked me, I would tell her,
Okay,
but I wouldn't just come out and say.
but it's no offering. It's not a confirmation, nor is it a denial.
Exactly.
Okay, I see. But that is what she was talking about earlier. She
That's what she
was
was going
leading into the way that we transform and the way we mutilate ourselves for what society has told us.
And I believe
So
that.
there may be a gang of women out there that are genuinely interested in you, but they may
I
have
doubt it.
a little bit of an extra piece of side hump on the side of their
I'm
foot,
sorry.
and they are going to be like, "Oh my goodness,
Right.
he would never date me." And they could love you the way that you perhaps would need to be loved, but because
But I would love the fact that I would love going to sleep and having her feet next to me on my chest, or we watching a movie and I'm massaging her feet.
okay,
So
and that's
it wouldn't
fair.
work.
It's
It wouldn't
definitely
work.
fair.
It wouldn't work all the way for both.
Would you
for
massage your feet in
mutual.
socks though?
No. No.
Because you know that underneath those beautiful
No.
spongy
You
socks you
can't-
just bought her,
No, that's not it.
that they are not tired and weary
you
and
can't-
powerful and
you can't-
courageous all at the same
You
in
can't
the
have a
person.
massage. You can't have a massage without.
it-
You can't have a massage with clothing on. I figured that out. You can, but it don't feel as good.
I mean, she can.
It doesn't feel as good
For who?
for the person that's getting the massage or giving it. I'm talking. We going to feet. Okay, you
Okay, let's talk
cannot.
about feet.
To me, it won't do the massage justice to massage your socks. So yeah, I'm sorry, Krisha, but no, I'm not saying that. She said she was putting herself on the timeout. I was sorry she was putting herself on the timeout. I don't know if she got bad feet or not. I hope you don't. What?
Nothing.
I know some people that got bad feet, and I expressed it, and they don't like it to this day because I expressed it. Some very popular. My feet are pretty. My feet are very well taken care of.
You see how I like how you do some of them words in real smooth. Did you hear that?
Because Patrice gonna.
I didn't
go
say a
there.
word.
Yeah,
But you
But yeah.
use the P word and the B word
differently.
under describing your feet. You did. You tried not to, but you just
Pretty
did.
well taken care of.
But you said beautiful in
I
there.
didn't say
You held it, but
I
I
didn't
did.
say-
I'm right here, so I
I
could
didn't
see
say my
that.
feet are
You
beautiful.
did. You did. You say your feet was beautiful.
I would never
And-
say my feet are beautiful.
Are they?
Men don't say that.
Are they
My
Do
feet
they?
are very taken care of.
very well taken
Very
care
well
of?
taken care of.
Let's see.
No, not right now.
Why?
Because I have on socks and I don't, the sock juice. I've been working today. Yeah, your socks. Come on now. I'm a foot specialist. You don't. I'm a foot specialist.
What is?
Sock juice. The sweat from your socks connect to your toes, and then the fuzz balls. You can't just break those off like that. That's disrespectful. I'm sorry. And I see some people just do it. Like, what is you doing? Don't do that. You knew he was coming swimming. You should have had on some slides.
Now that
Oh.
I can agree with that. I can, D. I'm particularly that kind of way too.
Yeah,
Like,
it's
yeah.
like you knew you was
I
going
feel that.
swimming. Don't wear slides. Wash your feet extra good. Put some
Yeah.
lotion on them.
Mm-hmm.
You know you finna be outside.
Yeah, it's gonna be too
Yes.
slippery to go in the pool though.
But I'm just saying, you don't have to put them
Because then you get
put
to
it on
rubbing
top.
your feet on
You
your
just put it
leg,
on
and you're
top.
like, "Why is
Right.
it so slimy?"
You
Oh,
put it
because
on
I put
top.
on Vaseline before I
You
got
put
in
it
the
on top.
doggone.
You take care of yourself. You're supposed to know these things. Grown people know that. No, grown people take care of their feet. Really. I'm gonna tell you, can I be honest? I saw this one young lady, her feet was horrendous. I'm talking about she needed to have on socks for the rest of her life. I think she needed to have footies implanted under her ankles. Her feet was just that bad. But you know what made her feet better than what they were? That she kept them up. Like she had a pedicure and she had the polish on them. Yeah, they were still horrendous.
So would
But-
you have fooled with her?
No.
Simply because she gave the care and
No, she
concern that
gave
it
the
took.
effort. She gave the effort, but no.
I
You-
cannot
you-
believe
Yeah,
this.
you can pass the test. That don't mean you smart. Just because you passed the test.
I'm offended.
Oh!
Y'all don't know that? Yeah. Just because you got a 3.5 don't mean you can
Hold
read.
on, fam. I worked hard for those exams, and just don't say
That
that.
don't mean you smart. That mean you know how to take tests.
No,
Patrice, you didn't know that. I'm
no.
sorry, they don't see you on
That
your
means
own
that's
show.
good. That means
know that, right?
that
So
means
you can scoot over. They don't see you on your own show. Okay.
that means
That means you know how to take a test.
I knew the information.
You know how to take a test. I know the information, but I'm nervous about tests. I have tests with anxiety, right? So some people know how to take tests. If it's only 4 questions on the test, it's A, B, C, and D. I just spell abracadabra, and I'm pretty much going to get 65%.
Goodbye.
D, what?
Abracadabra.
Yeah, abracadabra. You're gonna pat. No, abra. No. There you go. Yeah, A, B, C, and D. Yeah. So if it's A, B, yeah.
Ain't nobody else died right now. There's nobody else died.
Why did you die?
Just me.
People
just
like
me.
listen.
Am I the only person that just
I'll be
died?
honest with you, I had this white friend. His name was Ronnie. He was in middle school. We was in middle school and we went to MATC together. I damn near learned how to take a test through him.
You learned how to take a test?
Yes. Anytime the question
You was cheating?
No, anytime you read a question and it says all, 9 times out of 10, don't pick that one. So that leaves you with 3 other ones. And then if you read the question, it'll pretty much tell you whether one is like way off. One of the questions is way off. And then it's 2 like 50-50. Then you just pick one.
Yeah, but what if all?
Yeah, because the all is
Because
that. And don't listen to that because these days on the
but-
test that I've been
but-
taking, it's all of the above.
Right. But see, you'll know because they'll match up. Like it like,
And
like
then you got a system.
yeah, you gotta
D-Rock, you ain't telling nobody the system. When is you off again so we can get the test taking system?
first of all, y'all both of you guys know that it's a
I got a
actual
test
class.
coming up. Teach me.
It's an actual
What the
class,
hell?
Patrice, that you could take in college. It's about taking tests.
Well, I ain't take no. I didn't get that. Not at all. No
Are
one
y'all
showed me.
kidding?
Yeah, I know.
It's a taking test class. Yeah, it's an actual class that you can take. That it will make you at least get 65 to 70% of.
I
the
need an
questions.
80. I need it's a
Well,
pass fail.
Well, you know
I
what?
need to get at
You know
least
what?
80%.
What did you say that was more important than anything I just said?
What?
You knew some of the material.
I knew the material.
Okay, you know the material.
So you telling me that I've been wasting my time learning this stuff? Is that
No,
what you're telling me?
you've been doing what they want you to do. The system got you trained.
Oh,
Sorry.
I done got caught by the
Breaking
system.
news.
That's how you did me. That's how you do it.
Patrice.
I
was not the
I'm offended again.
I was not the smartest person in class, but I was smart enough not to go to sleep and look over here to see what you got and compare what she got.
Is
and
that
then,
what you was doing?
Yeah, I don't cheat. I just you comparing.
That sounds pretty genius.
That's genius.
What did you just say?
That is.
I
genius.
said it sounds pretty genius to me. You have to be skillful and strategic. And you have to have that emotional intelligence. That's development right there. That's you one step ahead. You one step ahead.
You don't have to know the material.
I mean, look at it objectively. Take yourself out of your space and look at it objectively.
Yeah. I'm surprised you didn't know that.
I'm devastated right now.
Did you know that college? Did you know that college is set up just so you can learn more than what you know? It's not the stuff that you're learning. It's just the experience of figuring things out.
Mm-hmm. No, he's speaking truth right now.
Just 100%. You don't have to shoot.
You don't make me put extra shit in my mind that I don't actually need.
You don't. It's some of the stuff you don't need.
I need all of this stuff.
No, you do not.
No, you are playing with me right now. Do you know I just learned a whole new language?
I hope you're acting.
Do I look like I'm kidding? And I'm irritated.
First of all, do you know when we go to a different country? Do you know when we go to a different country, you don't have to learn the language. You just have to learn how to communicate.
Just learn the stuff you need.
Learn to communicate.
I got that, but what I'm saying is,
I'm hungry. Where do I go?
You're not gonna use nobody's. You have to. You're gonna find your own language.
There you go.
You find your own language in your study. Because you're going to be like, well, if I say this to you, you're speaking to them in only a language that they can understand. And that's how you'll relate to your people, because it's all of what you've acquired
Patrice, come on, stop
to establish your own.
Don't get angry. I knew that about college. Yeah.
Spending this last 5 months.
You're supposed to do that. They wanted you to do that, and you did it. Great job. I'm sorry.
I ain't gonna say what I want to say because I ain't trying to get kicked out of school right now, and somebody might be watching.
No, don't get kicked out.
Program is a series of I said what I said.
There it is.
Just reaffirming.
Do you know how you become a doctor? Yeah. Do you know how you become a doctor? You write the paper. Listen, you write the paper, and then other people read it, and they agree or disagree.
You have to defend.
That's right. You're defending your fact.
And it's I said.
That's all a doctor is.
I said.
And then you practice on what you believe from that point on.
As I referenced earlier.
That's why they call him a doctor, because you're practicing each and every day.
I done got pissed off.
I'm sorry.
You done came on here. You ain't been here 15 minutes.
I'm sorry.
You completely made it to piss me off. How did you?
Did you know this? 75%.
You know this. You know this. Say something else.
75% of the people that went to college, the ones that dropped out, are the ones that made millions.
I didn't make millions.
Not yet.
I've made.
Do the research.
I'd like to thank y'all for logging on to blowradio.com today.
Do the research.
I want to say welcome to Monday. Hey, today. But at this point, I'm kind of pissed off.
Steve Big Blue, what's up?
Brought his ass in here. He been here for 15 minutes.
I am so sorry.
Ain't been here for 15.
You thought going to college was gonna make you
college. I don't fuck college. I don't care about the Whitewater or the IAIU.
But what you're doing now is different.
Right now, this last training that I had to do
is different.
Do you know what I've been putting myself through?
Yeah, and you've been stressing out for nothing.
I thought all
because
this shit down right
don't do that.
Because
after you're done, after they collect all their money, they're gonna say thank you. You were a great student. They're gonna give you the A that you deserve.
I don't care about the A. I want the license.
That's all they're giving you. Yeah, that's the A. Sorry. Don't get pissed off.
I'm completely angry right now because
I watch a lot of movies, and majority of the movies I watched, they were saying that, dude, all you got to do is
You
this. And
said
they
you
come
watch
out-
you watch a lot of movies,
Heck yeah.
and the majority of
More
movies
than
that you
majority
watch.
of them like, dude, y'all on they on some bull. Catch Me If You Can. It was about dude. All he did was take everything and put his name on it. That's all he did. He diplomas, he put his name on it. Everything he put his name on it. He got sentenced to all that time doing fraud. And then the FBI couldn't figure it out. So they was like, let's go get dude. And they went and gave him a job. They let him out of prison.
I seen that.
Yeah, Catch Me If You Can. He was a doctor, wasn't he? He passed the bar, didn't he?
He didn't.
He did pass the bar. Because he studied all night. He studied how to take a test. I'm sorry.
I got pissed off.
Based on a true story.
Right now, I am not pleased
I'm sorry.
about anything. The amount of stress that I have endured over these last few
I'm
months,
so sorry.
trying to regain or retain some of the stuff that they've been teaching
You
me,
have
so I
retained
can.
it.
I don't give a shit if I don't need it.
She's angry.
Myself.
She needs a class on anger management. I passed that test
You
too,
right
by
now,
the way.
man's ass on here in 15, 20 minutes.
I'm sorry. I passed that test too, by the way. It's on anger management. Breathe, please.
See that?
Oos.
I am not happy that I feel manipulated and taken advantage of.
Do you know that
I know you don't tell me. Do I know nothing else?
I just had to learn how to breathe all over again.
You
You know that?
Don't tell me you know nothing else.
That's important, breathing. In through the nose, out through the mouth.
Why'd you have to relearn?
Because I was breathing out my mouth, it sounded like I'm snoring. And sometimes I get, because I got sleep apnea.
How'd you develop that?
I think it's something we do with getting fat. Because when I was skinny, wasn't nobody saying I had nothing. And high blood pressure, I ain't had no sleep apnea, I ain't had nothing. All of a sudden, I started getting fat. I got sleep apnea and high blood pressure. Get the hell out of here. Talking about don't eat meat. Who gonna eat it?
If you know.
I don't help. Who's gonna eat the meat?
Hello,
You
Steven.
don't eat
It's
meat,
good to
right?
see you. Free. Yeah. But D-Rock think that I don't eat meat.
Right.
D-Rock
That's
think
how I am too.
I eat meat,
I
D-Rock.
eat meat,
Don't
too.
do that.
I know a person that don't eat meat and cross the street and got hit by a car. I had a funeral for a non-eating meat ass nigga. He died healthy. I'm eating meat. I'm sorry. I just hate all these new things everybody coming up with. I don't eat meat no more. I don't eat red meat. I don't eat this. I don't eat that. I don't do that. I don't eat pork. Man, please. You go outside and get shot. But you smoke weed and you take edibles. Stop it. Stop it, y'all. Have fun. Eat and have life. My grandmother is 92 years young. Still eating her pork when she get up in the morning.
She in a pork and she get up in the
Yeah,
morning.
she get up in the morning, she eat her pork. 92.
Oh, you mean like sausage breakfast?
Her
bacon?
pork,
Oh, I'm
her
like,
little
wait a
pork
minute.
thing, her pork, she love everything. The what is it? The pork rinds, all that. But y'all don't eat pork because y'all 20 and 30 years old.
Do you? I eat pork.
I
I will
everything.
fucking bacon up. Do you hear me?
Yes.
All of it.
But I'm just saying, there's a lot of people out
Corey!
here that don't do stuff
Where's the
no
bacon?
more. But they smoke
What about
weed and
do you
eat edibles.
eat? Speaking of weird foods, and you do like this and the little sausages. Do you eat them?
What?
The,
Little sausage?
the little.
Not anymore. I don't have to. Yeah.
Is that what that is?
You know what?
I think I'm trying to remember. I think that when I was little, I may have eaten that.
Yeah, we ate it.
It's,
The only reason why I don't eat it because we was forced to eat it. Yeah, we was forced. Yeah, we was forced to eat it back in the day.
I think somebody
Spam?
made me eat it.
Spam,
Spam. I think
Come
I
on,
ate
man.
spam.
spam. Yeah. So I don't have to eat it no more. That's why I don't. But if I had to eat, I'll go back to it. It ain't nothing. I don't eat sushi.
I don't like raw food.
Somebody
but-
said if I eat sushi, I should eat pussy. I was like, that's not the same. I test pussy up, but I don't like sushi. I tried it, but I just didn't like the gooiness. Yes. I'm sorry, I messed that all up.
I don't. It take a whole lot to stun me. You
I do it every
you
time.
been on deck,
I'm sorry.
boy. Today you been on fire.
I'm sorry.
Even Free was like,
No, Free is
no. Free
she's
was
a free
like,
bird.
Free was like,
She's a free bird. Yeah.
D-Rod, you.
I wanted to stay over there. Y'all make me sit right here.
Clearly, this weekend.
I want to just try again.
This weekend.
I wanted to sit over there. I had my little thoughts in my head by myself
now
over
we
there. I
don't.
was
We
listening
don't.
to y'all.
Clearly,
Y'all
we
was like,
we
no,
don't
come
fucked
on.
up.
So
And you like,
come
here
on.
I am. Here I am.
Well, let's go.
What'd you do for the 4th?
I chilled with family. I chilled with family. I rode around this beautiful city of Milwaukee. I watched the ghetto fireworks in ghetto neighborhoods. I seen all a whole bunch of drug dealers put their money together and get fireworks for the neighborhood, and they had the kids out there with they little lawn chairs, and it was a wonderful. It like seriously, I heard fireworks and not gunshots, even though some of them sound like gunshots. It just felt like the hood was together last night, and I loved that. I loved last night. It was amazing.
Did you hear about the? Did you get an Amber Alert?
Yeah, I heard about the one guy that kidnapped the kid,
Mm-hmm.
but they found the kid and they still looking for dude. I mean, you got the kid back. Don't know about your business.
Apparently, he committed
Forcefully.
homicide.
Oh, did he? He killed himself.
Her.
He killed the girl
Mm-hmm.
and took the baby.
And then took the baby.
They didn't say it in the news. I'm sorry about that. I knew it was in the hood because he said 31st and Burleigh. I'm like, that's the
from
hood.
what I read, he had
Wow.
committed homicide, stole the baby, threatened to hurt the baby, then
dropped the baby
dropped the baby off
somewhere, and then now they looking for him. Yeah. Poor thing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, because you never know what people are going through, so I'm not gonna judge, dude.
I'm not judging him. I would like to know.
No, I'm just saying
what.
Yeah,
you
I
know what I'm
heard
saying?
that. I heard about it.
The what?
I saw somebody flip off their 3-wheeler yesterday.
Excuse me?
Yeah, somebody was on the little 3-wheeler thing. I want the 2 wheels in the front, 1 in the back, and he was going so fast he flipped off that damn thing.
How much are they? Like 15?
I don't know. They're expensive. I don't want to buy one. I just want to lease one or have one for the summer, because you're only gonna ride it in Milwaukee for like 2 months.
But you're not living here.
It's gonna snow next month. I know. I'm gonna leave here really soon. Thank you. Yeah. I'm not supposed to let people know that. Okay. Right.
Little mischievous ass. I'm in trouble free.
Right.
You know when your baby sister look at you like, as soon as we done, though, I ain't gonna do it right now.
Mm-hmm. Yo, baby, real baby, like y'all got.
What you mean, like real guy? What the fuck is you saying?
I'm saying like y'all don't look alike. Like y'all got different daddies or something.
We do.
Y'all got same mama, different daddy.
We do.
Okay, whatever. I never know. Andy said hello.
I was just gonna ask you how Andy is.
He's doing fine.
Hey, Andy.
He's still a bum.
How you doing, Andy?
Andy's a bum. I don't even know why I told you that on here.
He said.
Andy's a bum.
Andy said hi. I was about to ask you about Andy. Andy's a bum.
He's a bum.
What?
He's a bum.
Why is Andy a bum?
He's a bum because he do bum shit. Andy do bum shit. Let's talk about something else. He just made me mad. We got 6 minutes. We're not gonna talk about that. We're not gonna talk about him.
Apparently so.
Him downstairs. We don't even say his name about him.
So, for from a professional outlook,
Mm-hmm.
we were talking about planning and things like that, and how I'm in the space where I'm like living for the now. And even though I understand that, you gotta make preparation for the just in case, what I mean? My focus is on the right now. I want to be happy right now. I want to enjoy the time and the space and the people that I'm with in the right now. Even though I have to make future preparations for the future. I don't want to spend all my energy on tomorrow.
I get you.
Okay. With that being in the case, from my perspective, as you are coming into opening up the world, opening up the season, stepping back out on the mic and spending more time performing, what does that look like for you? Are you planning? Are you hopeful? Are you just putting things out there? Are you trying to?
Yeah, I'm always planning. I'm always looking for tomorrow. Somebody called me on my phone, asked me about life insurance. I told them I don't need it because I'm going to live forever. So stop calling me. Yeah, stop calling me.
Oh.
I'm going to live forever. I already talked to my guy. So yeah, I always plan for the future. I don't save for the future though, if that makes sense. But I always plan for the future. Friend of mine, Stan Cole, just passed away a couple weeks ago. Had his funeral, and he completed everything he was supposed to do before he passed.
Okay, when you
That
mean
was
by
that
that?
was so so he was supposed to open up a barbershop. I think he did that. He was supposed to
These
have,
were his plans.
yeah, some of the plans that he had already set in stone when he got out of prison,
Mhm.
and they talked about it during his during his remembrance, and they was talking about it, and it seems like to me, you're here as long as you are relevant and as long as you're doing what needs to be done. And when it's your time, that's it. I think it's time to go. You know what I mean?
So when you're done doing the things that you're supposed to be doing, or when you become quote unquote irrelevant, and I'm using that because that's the
Hmm.
language you use.
I, I I believe that. I have had comedian friends that pass away. Recently, Tyler Craig.
Right.
Um, and it seems like I think it's only like 4 or 5 shows that he missed because he passed. You know what I mean? I don't mean to say it like that, but he wasn't booked past those 4 shows,
Okay.
and that's weird. You know what I'm saying? It seemed like some people know when their time is up, and he was very relevant at the time. So why he wasn't booked like he's supposed to be booked? He'd be booked 6 months, 12 months down the line.
Okay.
Like he was booked for New Year's. One year he was booked for New Year's before I think like before June because we called him and he was like, "Oh, I'm booked this New Year's." I'm like, "Damn, dude!" And then he passed away, and it was like he only missed like 4 bookings after that. Um, so to answer the question, yes, I always plan for the future. Um, I don't worry about leaving here. I don't worry about accidents. I don't worry about things that happen to normal. I don't want to say normal people because I am normal. But you know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about getting hit by a car. I just cross the damn street. If that makes sense.
It makes plenty sense.
Yeah, I don't worry about stuff like that. I don't worry about getting shot because I ain't got time to get shot. I got something to do tomorrow. I mean,
Okay.
that's why I feel though. I really do feel like that. Sometimes it'll be like, dude, such got shot and killed. I'm like, dang, that's messed up. He must have had nothing to do.
He
'Cause-
must didn't have nothing to do.
yeah.
That's a
That's why I
pretty.
feel.
I mean,
Though.
I understand. That's your space.
And then going to therapy, talking to my therapist, it became, people talk about suicide. I'm like, no, I'm not suicidal. I got shows to do. I had a show to do. I got this. And I ain't thinking about suicide, but I just need to get some of this stuff off my chest. I'm like, well, some people think about suicide every day. I'm like, well, I hope it ain't you. 'Cause you my therapist.
You my therapist.
You my
I
therapist.
hope that
don't
you're
know.
not thinking about
I
suicide
don't
every
want you
day.
to
You're
kill
so
yourself.
ridiculous.
I don't want you to
dude.
kill you, so I gotta talk to you next week.
So, like
So
you said, you always plan it. Like
I'm
as we
always
get
planning
it.
stuff.
So
Yeah.
what's the next big thing that you
The
want?
next big thing I want to do a comedy search. I have a lot of comedian friends that are stuck in a rut that I was in. And the rut is not knowing what the next move is. They're study doing, spot dates or they're study doing open mics. So my next plan is to reach out and help out my comedian coworkers. I'm not even gonna say friends because some of these cats I do not like. I'm just gonna
Okay.
be honest.
Okay, D-Rock.
But because
Okay,
I
settle down.
don't like
Sir,
you has nothing to do with
sir,
me helping you
sir,
trying to
sir.
succeed and
So where's the mic button?
prepare
I'm
your
not gonna reach
dream.
between your legs.
Okay.
But sir, I need you to cut it out.
I'm just keeping it 100.
Okay.
But that's what I want to do next. I want to help
Good.
some comedians that I was in the spot that they're in right now,
And you want to be able to
and
help
I
them
know
out.
how to help them, and I'm going to help them.
And you got and house like something coming up. You got something in the works. You gonna?
I got something in the works. I'm gonna come back and make sure you guys know about it.
Okay.
It's coming up real soon. After I come off vacation, I'm going on vacation. Just to relax and just to not do anything, get my body back like it's supposed to be. And
I could run with
my
that
body and my mind.
so hard and so fast, but I'm not. But
Go
okay,
ahead, do it.
I'm
Let's
not.
go. Let's
Come on,
have
I'm
fun.
ready.
We
I'm
got a
sorry.
couple minutes.
No, we don't.
But other than that, yeah, I'm always planning them. Got some brewing.
So free. Could you pass that to free for me? What's like the next big thing you got going on? Like if you could see like tomorrow or next week, or like if you could speak it into the universe, like what is the next big thing for you?
Um, the sister circle event that I'm trying to plan and organize,
Mm, okay.
and all the segments that I have in my head, and all
You
the
got to give it to
people
the people. Thank
that I
you.
want to
She got
have
her
there
her I'm in
speaking.
the moment voice. Come on,
Mhm.
give me bigger. Because
Why
they need to be able
though?
to hear you.
I've screamed at y'all this entire time. No, I'm
Okay.
kidding.
Be able to hear
Yeah,
you.
there's a sister circle that I would like to hold. I'm trying to really work out the kinks, but I feel like it's necessary because going back to your conversation initially about the masks,
Hmm.
it is nice to see people without their masks, and we all felt trapped within our own selves and our thoughts with those masks on, and it forced people to really just come to terms and grips with who they are. Like it was internalized. Everything we could no longer project. And for those of us that use our powers for good, we're in a space now where we're kind of lingering and trying to find ourselves too, because it was an upset. So I would like to arrange something to where some restoration could take place potentially in places where it wouldn't, or for those that have just woken up, it's like, hey, we have breakfast for you. Come on and eat with us.
I love your verbiage. She
Thank
has
you.
great vocabulary,
Thank you.
and she knows where to use the words. That's another thing. I know some Christians that know some big words too, but I don't know where to use them.
Thank you.
I was gonna say something that probably would have been really nice in this moment,
I'm
but I'm
sorry.
not at
I'm
this.
sorry.
No, no. What do you? Wait, don't be
Compliment her.
sorry.
I
Isn't it beautiful?
appreciate it.
You should compliment her. That's so nice. Look at you out here complimenting people and shit.
Do that all the time.
And shit.
Shit.
Hey, listen. I'd like to thank you guys for hanging out with me and my brother and my sister as we just chopped it up today. Usually there's some type of specific focus in the conversation, and today I thought it would be necessary to kind of just help you, to allow you to be a part of just a natural engagement. It was not show focused. It was not, so we're going to make this conversation happen for the show, whatever the case may be. I didn't want to do that. Based on the topic, how much planning do you do? And sometimes I think it's best for things to just be, and the organics of that to just naturally become. And that's what happened today. And I wanted it to be that. I was like, okay, we'll talk about this, we'll talk about it. Nah. Sometimes it's just better, and you get a good feel of who people are when you see them in, without the primp. And I kind of wanted to be that. And after we talked last week we talked about just being prepared and being ready to walk in your own space. Like yesterday, I mean, I almost wore the shirt again today, and I looked at it, said it's full-time CEO, and it's claiming that. And I used the statement a lot: I am essential, I am necessary. Just for positive self-talk, and without structuring myself into the space or trying to fit myself into a hole, to just be, and to give myself permission to just be. And I thank you too for just being with me, and not having to box ourselves into a space of, a lot of people like, well, what are you talking about? Like, seriously, this is Freebird. Like, do you know her resume? Like, do you know who this person is and what she does, and the contribution she makes to her community, the contribution she makes to family, as a business owner? What does that look like? Shit, this is D-Rock. You know what I'm saying? And to be able to see, him in just a, listen, I don't got time for this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Energy. You know what I'm saying? To be able to present that to y'all without the structure of him putting on, quote unquote, for his city, or him putting on, quote unquote, for his industry. You know what I'm saying? And then shit, it's me. I'm JustPatrice. And as opposed to trying to be the host, oh my God, and then we got to do this and y'all, I'm not here today to entertain y'all, but to let you be a part of just us being us. And without the plan, without the structure, without the focus, to just the naturally being. And I want to thank y'all for hanging out with us today, to enjoy that. Next week, We'll talk a little bit deeper about some other stuff I have on the list. So stay tuned for the post for that.
Can I give a shout out to?
No, you cannot. No,
Shout
you
out to the Bucks.
Don't do that. Don't do that
Bucks,
again.
baby. Bucks, baby.
Don't do that
Bucks
again.
in
This nigga's retarded.
Bucks in
This is not a
Bucks
newscast.
in 6.
This is not a newscast.
Bucks.
Why are you doing that?
Because I'm
Okay,
a
I'm gonna
Bucks
let you do a Bucks fan in a minute.
You just said no.
Okay, well, why are you doing it anyway?
Because
Don't you hate your brothers? Here, just wait a minute. See how things go awry every time.
Into the couch.
Who you?
I'm dark skinned. Look.
You're not blending into the couch, bro. We can see you.
Close your eyes. We can still see you.
Listen, we out. I want to thank y'all, and now would be a good time for you to be able to do
Shout out
this.
to my Milwaukee
You gonna
Bucks.
turn this
First time, shout out to Milwaukee Bucks. First time in 50 years. We are in the finals, baby.
Is your mic on?
Yes,
It would be
it's
so
on.
funny
It
if you
don't
said
matter.
all of that
If
without
people can
nothing.
read my lips. Go Bucks. Go Bucks.
How do you feel about
I've been
that?
a Bucks fan since day one.
I know.
Yes.
I know. Settle
Oh
down,
my
sir.
God, I've been a Bucks
Sir,
fan since Sidney
Do you feel his
Moncrief.
energy just got real big? Was
Yes,
it just
you don't
me?
understand.
Sir, are you excited
Oh my-
that they've made it
yes.
to the final? Are you going to go to the
Yes.
game?
I know. I'm not going to the game. I want to check ticket prices. Hell no, y'all
They're
ain't
like
get that much money
$500.
for nosebleed seats. Nosebleed seats, way up there. I will be outside though, kicking it for free.
You gonna kick outside for
Yes.
free? Are you going down there
Yes.
to be a part of that?
Yes, all that.
What you gonna do?
I'll be in Phoenix too.
Let me.
I'll
find
be
out
in Phoenix. If it go to game 7, I'll be in Phoenix game 7. Yeah, I'll be there that weekend. So yeah, we gonna Bucks.
You can
Bucks
be
in 6. Bucks in 6. If we're not 7, it's all good.
Okay.
Yeah. You don't understand
That's
that
what I
history.
do. I
50
do
years.
understand. I do.
50.
Believe it, I do understand it. I've even made a post about it. I do understand.
Years.
So understand that, considering my
Yeah,
my
you don't even
desire
like
to,
sports and
de-
stuff like that.
but I want to move.
Yeah,
And where would I be considering moving? How
against
like I
Phoenix.
told her,
Yeah,
really?
Milwaukee
Why
versus
are
Phoenix.
you acting like that?
I'm
I
just
feel
saying.
like you're being hostile.
I'm going
right
to
now.
Phoenix, but I'm still gonna be a Bucks fan.
Sir.
Bucks in
Wait,
6. Bucks in 6.
D-Rock is the dude
Bucks in
that you
6.
can't turn the TV. You live
You
on
better
the radio.
not turn the TV.
Like,
It's gonna be a
so
problem.
we're here today
Hell,
with, and he in the back going,
Bucks in 6. Bucks in 6.
D-Rock, you okay?
I love my Bucks.
I know.
Yeah, I had a
Say the
competition
young
other
man's
day.
name, Giannis.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
You like saying it.
I do.
Of all the words in the world that you learned
Giannis.
to say, he learned to be able to say.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
He learned how to say this man's name.
Giannis. That's because Kevin
Okay.
Hart didn't say it the correct way.
And you got upset.
Yeah, I'm
Did
upset.
you just charge him Kevin Hart on my
Man,
show?
Kevin Hart, dog. Listen, fam, he know me.
Fam.
He
Okay,
know
thank
me.
you for logging on.
Kevin know me.
Thank you. Don't
They
do
pick
that.
you to say
Don't
the
do that.
names. You
Don't
gonna
do
say
that.
whatever.
Don't do that.
It ain't no whatever. That's Giannis Antetokounmpo, fam. MVP 2 times. Don't just go with the easy word, LeBron James. Anybody knew that? But Giannis Antetokounmpo, ask him. Giannis, how do you say your name? Ask them before you go live. You be a professional, sir. You're getting paid to be professional. Be professional. Bucks in 6.
You sound like Charles Barkley.
No, I don't. Charles Barkley sound like an idiot.
Oh,
Krispy Kreme
where's
donut.
the- Ah!
Oh,
Where-
you can get 2
okay,
Krispy
okay,
Kremes.
okay. Listen, one, thank y'all for logging.
Make sure the Bucks and Stephen A. Smith. You was wrong for saying Milwaukee ain't what it is. I don't know what you're telling me now.
I want to thank y'all for logging on. Oh shit!
Stephen A. You better come to Milwaukee.
Thank you for logging on.
TNT, if you can, do not rate Stephen A. Smith.
Oh my
I'm
god!
taking over her show next week too. Live from downtown.
You gonna be downtown? Or you gonna be? I'm gonna have to call you in.
From the beer district.
Unbelievable! Help me, Father.
Live from downtown.
I'm just trying to log.
You can't log off. Stephen A. Smith on that.
Oh, I want to thank you for logging on to blowradio.com. You are live with JustPatrice. Sir, welcome to Monday. Welcome to Mondays. Oh my God. D-Rock is the greatest.
Dios mío, papi. No puedo dejar de sentir una especial de manera de usted.
You already know.
Sometimes it's hard to explain how you feel when your troubles are weighing you down. And it's hard to accept that the world has your back when you cry and there's no one around. But it's okay, girl, to take a day, girl, to regroup and to relax your mind. I know your pain, girl. Trust when I say, girl.